This is who we are. Now.
Well, here we are on YouTube. Nathan, how are you doing today?
I'm great, just great.
That's wonderful to hear. Thanks for being here. And thanks everyone who is here on the YouTubes with us. We do appreciate your guys' support on YouTube. But if you'd like to join our Patreon, you can join our Patreon and you can actually watch us live as we're doing this. We call this an inter-reaction. So we got people in our audience right now who are watching us as we go live, and they're great because they often will answer our questions on the fly, which we appreciate, which eliminates a lot of YouTube comments. So thanks. We like to thank our patrons who correct us on the fly.
Yeah. I always imagine whenever a patron sends us like a response, there's a YouTuber out there going,
Yeah.
delete.
So our patrons are the best. So join our Patreon for that. And then be like Ruby. And what Ruby did was he says, hey guys, I want you to comment and watch and react to this Zayn. Sorry, this guy's name is just like Zayn. Zach Sang interviewing Zayn. Zach Sang interviewing Zayn. Say that 10 times fast.
Zach Zayn interviewing Zayn. Oh, Zach. Yeah, whatever.
Zach Zayn. Okay. And we've seen Zach. I'll say Zach. We've seen Zach do interviews before. He's good. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the good interviewers. So this should not be a problem. As much as I have fun roasting interviewers, Zach Zayn probably won't give him anything. And he's just good at what he does. He's a nice guy. So, okay. Here we go with Zach interviewing Zayn, part 1.
Hi, beautiful human. This is really cool and exciting and really different. And God, you look good and you're like emitting this beautiful energy.
Thank you.
Zayn's here. Yay. Hey. This is weird, right? Like, is releasing music today weird to you or foreign at all? Like, how does it feel?
I wouldn't say it's
Already 1,000 times better question than that girl on the couch asked.
Oh, yes.
What was that her name again? Call Me Daddy? Or
The Call Me Daddy.
Oh, Call Me Daddy.
Yeah.
But she was already right away that, hey, what's it like releasing music today? How's it different? Yeah.
it's necessarily weird to release music. I think when I think about my life in general, it's quite a weird situation. I'm a kid from Bradford in England, which doesn't have much opportunity to really leave that city for many people. So the fact that I'm here at all, even in America, I think is a big thing. Never mind doing what I'm doing. At this point, though, I've got used to like making music and putting it out and being expressive with that. It's my art. And it's something that gives me peace and like a safe space, like you were saying. There's not too many variables there anymore. I've done it a lot.
Adding
I've
tattoos to his neck now.
I did notice his tattoos. I don't think those are more. Is this before or after the Call Me Daddy interview? It's about the same. It's about the same time area because they're talking about new music.
I remember seeing those like colors on his neck. I think he had tattoos. I just don't remember the colors.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't touch his pretty face, we can't. Don't go Post Malone on us. This was after. Thank you, Shanti. See how this works, YouTubers. See, and it's around the same time, but it was after. So there you go. That's how we do it. Thanks, patrons. You're the best. Okay.
In that space, and it's my safe space. I like making music and expressing it.
What does it mean to do it all on your terms?
To do it all on my terms, I think it's a really interesting question. I guess is just to fully be behind the project, yourself, word for word, and really understand what it is that you're representing and what it is that you're about, instead of necessarily what people expect from you.
By the way,
again, I know I've said it 100 times, but people might be watching for the first time on our channel. So I've said that's why the One Direction boys can't do that for 40 years. Zayn's saying right there, like I kind of get to write it's me. I'm representing me, my thoughts, my ideas, my creations, for better, for worse. Like, yeah, I'm not selling out the way we did with One Direction, but that's not about that for him anymore. He's like, it's my voice on the album.
Yeah, and you could argue all you want that like, oh, but they could as a group be
right,
independent from the
yeah.
producers and then do their own thing. But like, think about that on its own. Like, you have 4 other people that you would have had to always like make sure,
Run things by.
regardless of whether you could actually be independent from, the what the media or whatever or whoever your producer is and your agent, blah blah blah. If you could actually separate that, you still have 4 more people that you have to, okay it through, and that's always going to be like the final bit. You talk to all kinds of bands, the ones that have broken up and the ones who've stayed together, and they always talk about that, like, they had to figure out that piece of the puzzle, otherwise it wouldn't work.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like our little channel. It's just primarily it's just the 2 of us. But if I did something, you'd be like, whatever that thing is, you're like, well, that doesn't quite represent our channel. Well, then I'd have to do that on a separate project, which we do. We have our separate projects because this is our group project. Yeah, and our voice is different here than on different projects. So yeah, Zayn wanted his voice to be heard for sure. Yeah.
Takes time to figure out, right?
Yeah, you have to live a little bit of life, you have to
A little
be
bit.
away from all the noise and hustle and bustle of what this industry is sometimes, and that's why I live where I live. I live like away from it all, so I can sit in that space and think about things, and contemplate what life is, and actually live like a normal human being without being treated like I'm some sort of alien.
How beautiful is it to live normally?
He is going to answer that right after. But yeah, he talked about that in one of his videos, the alien, the idea of being an alien. Was that one of his videos? Yeah.
I love it. It's the only way I know how to live. I feel like I'm a really grounded person at this point in my career. I'm not too interested in the glitz and glam of things, and I just enjoy normal, simple things in life, like just being around my loved ones and cooking food and going outside, having a barbecue.
Yeah, we saw that video of him cooking in the cottage over and over again, flipping
over and over again. He's really wanted to emphasize that one.
He likes to cook.
Taking my dog camping, doing some gardening, simple things where there's no infiltration from other people's like expectations or opinions.
How do you keep that space pure and safe? And do the skills that you use to keep it pure and safe, I'm assuming they're kind of acquired over time, right?
How do I keep which space pure and safe?
All of it.
All of it.
Even Pennsylvania, like what you consider your home and your sanctuary.
I think that place just gives that vibe anyway, naturally. I think it has that like safe feeling.
That's a good place to visit.
And it just feels super grounding. There's so much nature there and just scenic, beautiful things that you can just sit and stare at for.
I don't know if we've said this before, but like, can you think of any celebrity that lives in Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania, that's a weird.
Like, I wonder what was it? Just sort of like, you know what? I haven't heard of anyone that lives in Pennsylvania. Let's just pick there, and then like try to hide kind of where that is. Like, I wonder what kind of process he goes through to try and like throw people off as to where he actually lives. Because I didn't really.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Right, because if you know where he lives, then there's going to be the paparazzi and the photographers and all the garbage that goes with it.
So I'm going to show you a picture here, just real quick. It won't wreck anything. So I'm just going to see if this works. So I'm just going to remove this. Good. And then I'm going to add. I didn't realize Pennsylvania is close to where I am right now. Granted, I'm moving in a month back to Victoria, British Columbia. I don't mind sharing that. You can come visit me in Victoria, those who are listening. Oh, if somebody from Welp wants to come visit me, it isn't going to kill me or my family. Please, you can come visit. But oh, it's not working. Shoot, it says it has issue with the file. Let me just. Well, I do have it. It's now that I've taken this time. I'm just going to share the screen then of Pennsylvania. So you see it?
Nope.
Oh,
really? It's on the. You just have to go to the thing you just put up there.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Let me just change the view. This is a really long way of just saying how close I am. Oops, wrong. No, that's yeah. There we go. Let me go back. Okay, so right here, right here is Ottawa. That's where I am right now. See it? And over there's Pennsylvania. I didn't realize it was that close. Anyways, that was my long way of saying I didn't realize
Oh.
we're just yeah. Look at that.
Let's go visit
Oh, there
Zayn.
Let's go Vane. Let's go Vane. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I am right now. For those who care, and that's where Zayn is here. And then I am moving from there all the way across Canada. Look at to Victoria. Actually, more to actually right here, Souk. Look at that. I'm doxing me. In fact, I'll show you exactly where I can show you my street. All I'll say is I'm near this area. That's all I'll say. But yeah, we're doing a 10-day trip across Canada. By the time this goes on YouTube, we might already be there. So come visit me, good folks. And that's where I'll be living till the day I die, because that's where we own our house. Okay, that's enough of that. Little insight information as to where Ryan lives. Okay.
25 minutes, you know, like, and there's no time limit. Time seems to move a bit slower there. And that place just gives me that itself, you know. It's not something I have to necessarily like work on to preserve. It's not mine, you know. It's just something that I've slotted into out there.
And over time is like, it's something bigger than you. It doesn't belong to you.
Yeah, I don't own it.
Yeah, sorry to answer your question. It actually is closer. So right now, Nathan's 2 hours behind me in time zone time. When I go back to Victoria, Nathan will be just 1 hour ahead of me in time zone time. In fact, I could drive to Nathan. What is it? How far of a drive is it? A 12 hour, 15 hour?
Yeah, about 12 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So a day and a half drive to go see, or a very quick flight, basically. And yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I like the vibe there, so I'm there.
Which is such a random place to like the vibe.
It
and
is,
it's
a lot of people say that to me too. You saying like,
but don't advertise it too much, Zane. People might start living there. You got to be careful that you don't
get asked is why Pennsylvania.
That's what happened to Texas. A lot of people are like, hey, it's so great here. Oh, good. Everyone goes there. You have to be be quiet. Yeah, nobody moved to Victoria. It's terrible there. It's gross. It's terrible. We don't. Yeah.
He's basically answering our question right there. Just go. I don't know if you can go back. That's another thing. Hey, StreamYard, if you're listening, I know you're not. But a little back button would be great.
Like a 10 second, 10 second forward, 10 second, like the little circle thing. Yeah, I know. So it's weird they don't give that option. Anyways,
here, try that.
You know, it's not something I have to necessarily like work on to preserve. It's not mine. You know, it's just something that I've slotted into out there.
And over time is like, it's something bigger than you. It doesn't belong to you.
Yeah, I don't own it. You know, I like the vibe there, so I'm there.
Which is such a random place to like the vibe.
It is, and a lot of people say that to me too. You saying like, you know, a lot of people say random things to you, random questions. The main question that I get asked is why Pennsylvania? You know, and it was just coincidental. I ended up there, and I just fell in love with it. You know, it's not really no rocket science or brain surgery. It's a beautiful place, and I love it there.
But what brought him there? That's the question. It's like what? Okay, fine, you picked it, but what event did you visit? A friend? Were you driving through? Like, how did he physically? Hey, I kind of like it here. What was the reason he? You know, like, why did he throw a dart at a map?
Do you manifest? Do you believe in the universe?
Somewhat, yeah. Not necessarily like manifestation, but I believe that like fate is a thing, and I believe that what's meant to be will happen.
That's beautiful.
Well, yeah, I'm not. No offense to Zane. I think there are two different things: manifesting and fate. But then you could argue your fate is your manifestation because fate made it that you would manifest. Or some people would argue what you are putting in the universe, you get back from. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense.
This is probably the answer here to the question, by the way.
Oh,
and probably why he's not saying it out loud, just for that reason.
Oh, yeah, good point. He's being private about that. Okay, good point. Thank you.
Beautiful. There's also peace in like releasing to that.
Yeah, once you accept that you can't control everything, there's always a little bit more peace.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you talk
Stoicism. That's stoicism.
And I'm excited to talk about this album,
which I suck at.
Which I would, and you please correct me if I'm wrong, I would describe it as R&B folk.
Yeah, I haven't got a name for the genre. So many people, when they listen to it, that's the first question they ask too. They're like, what genre is this?
Yeah, that's good. R&B folk.
You know? Like, it's just music that I like listening to, my influences. So I'd say it's Zayn genre, you know? Like, I just made it up. There's no like specific like strategic plan behind it, like formulaic, musical intellect. It's not done in that sense. It's just expression. And whatever came out. And if you want to call it R&B folk, you can call it that,
It's timeless.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's our favorite Zayn, I think. I mean, we've enjoyed some of the earlier songs. It's kind of interesting to go back to hear some of the earlier songs now that we're more open to hearing those songs.
Mhm.
But The Room Under the Stairs is definitely a very what's the word about it? It's more accessible to musical taste for people. Like there is some R&B flavor in there with like I said, with the acoustic instruments and stuff. So I think R&B folk is it's actually kind of a funny. I think it works. Yeah.
I agree. I don't know if the stuff where he's actually in the genre, that's not. I don't know if it's his lane, to be honest.
Sorry, what do you mean? Sorry, what?
Like when he does stuff that has a specific genre. I'm going to do this kind of a song.
Oh, I see.
It's. I think it doesn't. For him, it sounds like anyway the way he's explaining this is that it's. It doesn't allow him the expression that he needs, and he doesn't want to be limited to a genre. So that's cool. I think that's admirable. It always is when an artist like cares less about like making a hit song that everyone's going to listen to that's in this category, and more about like I'm just going to make what I want to make. Then it's going to sound better. Yeah,
agreed. No, agree. Good.
Is a recurring theme on the album. Has time taken on a new meaning today than maybe it's meant before?
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting thing. In life, I feel like certain things happen, that change your perception in a lot of ways. I think the main thing that happened to me, obviously, was me having my daughter.
There you go.
And I just realized that time goes real fast, like real quick. Before that, I felt like I had so much time. Like in my early 20s, I was like, yeah, we could take time.
Everyone in the 20s thinks that.
And now
I got the whole world out of me.
Urgency, like where I feel like I have to, do things, and I have goals that I want to accomplish, and I want to show to my daughter before I get too old, or before she gets too old and doesn't give a shit about me anymore. She's too cool for me, you know what I mean? So
do you think of that?
I do think about that a lot. Yeah, she's just growing up so fast, and there's going to be a point where I'm chasing her, for her time. I'm not looking forward to it, you know what I mean? It upsets me a little bit.
Hold on to your little ones. Hold on to them. It ends one day and they turn into ugly teenagers and disenfranchised young adults. No, I'm just joking.
But it's life. People grow up and they go on their own journeys and do their own thing,
How do you balance that concept of like time? It's going away. You need to do things now while you can. How do you balance that with the idea that good things do take time? Right? Because this album took 6 or 7 years to get done.
Yeah.
And I could say that like this is obviously the best body of work, the greatest body of work you've ever put out.
Thank you.
But also one of the greatest albums I've listened to this year and maybe in a long time.
That's crazy.
It's fucking great.
Thank you.
It's really good. It's real music. It's like musicianship is crazy on it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He definitely gets
good things in life.
I see, like, way better. So funny. This was after Call Her Daddy. I wonder what he's thinking right now. He must be. He seems more comfortable. Like,
yeah, he's not doing all the nervous things that he did in the Call Her Daddy interview. Yeah,
I know that people are saying, well, that was one of his first interviews, and I get that, but still, I think if Zach interviewed him first, he'd be just the same here. Yeah, because Zach actually listens to his music. See, here's the thing. I think the Call Her Daddy gal was interviewing a One Direction person, whereas Zach is interviewing Zayn.
Yeah. And she was, she seemed to gush a lot over him, and like just the weird stuff that she was saying just never added up. I don't know.
And she's bigger than Zach, I think, in pop. Yeah, it's so weird. I don't. Well, look, we've been around long enough. Quality doesn't always equal popularity.
No. Sometimes if you're a hot girl and you just tell everybody about how hot you are, then that seems to always push you into the stratosphere a whole lot faster than just doing normal things.
Yeah, so it says here Miranda said that they've known each other for a while. Well, that's good. It shows. That's why this seems more conversational, less. Yeah. That was. It was fun to rag on that interview. It was fun. This one is just now. Now I'm actually listening to real questions and answers. So this one isn't as fun, but it's way more information and interesting because we're getting a real conversation here.
Yeah.
You know, two sides to the sword, double-edged sword, sorry. And it's just finding that balance, you know what I mean? Where are you going to put the time in? What is it that is important to you to spend that time on? And, you know, how you're going to really like construct it in a way that it's effective, you know? You don't have control over all of time, but the time that you do have, where are you going to spend it? You know, what's important to you?
Okay, Gandalf.
I was just gonna say Gandalf.
I saw your eyes like you and I went to the exact same spot. How does that quote go again, exactly? The Gandalf.
All we can do is not control. Oh my gosh, I used to have it on my classroom wall.
I love it.
Is something with the time that is given to us. I love it. Choose what to do with the time that is given to us.
That's right. My biggest you're to get me geeking. I'll shut up. Lord of the Rings out.
All right.
I love it. I love that movie. And
mine. That's what you're thinking.
Don't understand why he was so thrilled about that. I looked around too. It's like this looks like a garbage pit game. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, sorry.
And to me, obviously, my art is one of them things. So I spent a lot of time like reading and, you know, being in that space of like developing my intellect so that when it comes to actually my craft, I'm at a certain level where I can actually give something decent, you know? And then the same thing with my daughter now. Like she's like the other main thing in my life that like I want to spend a lot of time on and be with. So I don't really have time for trivial things anymore, you know? Like I'm just not into it. It's just got to be important.
What a special place to be, though, right? To cut out the noise.
Yeah, man.
To like cut out so much, essentially bullshit, right? Like you reprioritize everything. You realize what matters and what's important, and like this idea that you're living for another person. Like,
well, yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, I even mentioned that in one of the songs. You know, so like, I'm doing this now for a second name. You know, it's not just for myself.
I was wondering what that second name was.
Yeah, it's Kai.
That's it changes everything.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the one. I mean, if you decide not to have children, that's totally fine. That's totally your personal choice. To whoever's listening to what I'm about to say. But one thing I've noticed, even amongst celebrities, people, money and power, that's the commonality of a good parent. Anyways, one that cares is they. No matter if you're from a One Direction band to whoever, I find that people do get grounded by children. It's always fun to listen to celebrities say, my kids don't give a flying F that I'm a celebrity. And it grounds the celebrity when they realize the people, ironically, who are closest to them, care about them the most, are the ones who could care less that you're an action star or a rock star. And that dynamic's very interesting because I think it grounds them. They're like, oh, it doesn't really matter that I'm a pop star, rock star. This kid still throws their mashed potatoes at my face. And I think, but there's something, I think that's actually great. I think that's what children do. It humbles you, meaning you have to be selfless. Now, when a parent is selfish, well, then we're having some issues here. But what I'm getting at, when you embrace being a parent, is what I'm saying, it actually helps you, the person, to be a better person because you're actually thinking of somebody else. I don't know. I think maybe it's nature, the simulation, I don't know, but it works. Being a parent, actually trying to be a good parent, helps you actually be a better person, I think, in my humble opinion.
What he's describing, I relate in a different way. I don't know. Maybe I just took all that for granted when I was having kids, when I was in my late 20s, early 30s. But the thing that grounded me the most was actually having cancer. Like when he talks about like thinking about where his life is and what's important and what matters, what doesn't matter anymore. That's what cancer did for me. It just went like all these little things that I would obsess over, like those were gone. those don't matter anymore. Yeah.
Well, until I get cancer, right now it's just the kids. Hopefully I learned my lesson with just kids. Universe, if you're listening,
you probably figured that out better than I did because I was,
oh, stop it! You're a good dad. Stop it.
Yeah.
In fact, somebody just on the video that you did with your daughter just got on YouTube. Somebody said, "You have a sweet father cadence." There you go. So there you go. So people see it, Nathan. I see it.
So okay. By the way, the album's, like I said, amazing. There's so much here in terms of, dude, it gives honesty in a way that, like, if you really want to understand you listen to this album. But it also gives 6-7 years of evolution. So what song starts this album?
The first song that I wrote on the record was Alienated.
Oh yeah, we knew that. I think. Yep.
It was like towards the end of my relationship, like when me and my ex were like breaking up. So there's like heavy narrative of, you know, the kind of things that I was going through mentally in that situation and what I was thinking, you know, and how I was feeling. And then the record kind of just went from there, like over the like 5-6 years, like I kind of shelled it out from there. Got the kind of vibe that you were saying, you know, the R&B folk kind of sound going on.
That song Alienated was a little bit different. That was that weird CGI video, I think, if I remember correctly. It had like the CGI, like a little bit of CGI stuff in the video. ET, like we were talking about, there's an ET connection, extraterrestrial connection. Anyways, but I think I remember we said
I've listened to the song a couple times. I don't remember the video.
I think we mentioned in our reaction that it was the least sound. It's interesting. It was one of the first songs he wrote, but I think as time went on, because he talked about six years to write this album, so I think that kind of shows in that song that's a little bit different than the other songs that came later. Oh, that's Stardust. Okay, I'm getting the two mixed up. It's the theme. It's the theme that's messing me up. I think of Alienated. Never mind.
Oh,
all right. I can edit all that out. Nobody will even know that I'm stupid. Ha ha.
No,
you know how many times I've edited out stuff?
The YouTubers like, somebody
that's true.
Corrected it.
But for both of us, I've edited out stuff I always try to make us look better than we are. That's what editing's all about. Is if I see something stupid, I'm like, oh, that's kind of dumb. That's not going public. Only our patrons see the dumb Ryan. The fully dumb Ryan.
More and more with each song, I developed confidence in that like genre, if you want to say, in that pocket, and things just naturally just came together. Like it was just gaining confidence with each track, basically, you know.
So are you reading books, pushing yourself intellectually before you start making this album? While you're making it,
just coinciding all the time,
constantly.
Yeah, just I think there's always room for improvement, you know.
Because I got to say, like, there is a lot of like, dude, there's deep meaning to things. One of my favorite deep meanings, and just correct me if, by the way, look at my fucking, I don't have a desk, so I have a clipboard. Instead. Thank you, Bill, for sharing your clipboard.
Yeah, because you're prepared. You have notes. You have questions. Mm-hmm. So, like, tell me,
and stuff,
like, so you're pretty popular, right? What's it like? Like, anyways,
birds on a cloud. That is deep because a bird can never rest on a cloud, right? It's this idea of something being so beautiful but never finding peace.
Yeah.
That's deep shit.
Yeah. I appreciate that you understand that. Yeah, I like to be poetic, you know, with my words and my lyrics, and I was just thinking about that in its sentiment. But the funny thing is, the way that music works is I don't feel like you own that either, you know? Like it just comes to you when it feels like it needs to, and something can happen and inspire a thought in your mind, and then you're like, shit, like I just got this great idea, but it's not yours. The world gave it to you, you know?
That's interesting. I was about to say interesting too. I know this is gonna sound silly and dumb. I know I kid around, I joke around, but I'm actually this is a true story. This happened a long time ago. I don't know how many years ago, but long enough that I remember the memory very clearly. But I was younger, obviously, because it was a long time ago. But anyways, Nathan, I was falling asleep. It's a part of your brain. You're about to fall asleep. You're relaxed. I kid you not. I had a composition came to my brain. A composition, a music. I heard the music like clear as day. It was like a vision. It was weird.
Did you pick up
It's
a
a real-
guitar and pick it out?
But I don't know how to play. I don't know how to write. But what I'm getting at, but that's the thing, is like it came to me. It was a beautiful composition, and I couldn't store it.
Man, it could have been like somebody's ringtone.
Does that make sense? What I'm saying, though? No,
Mhm.
I'm being serious here. I'm being serious.
Okay. Yeah. No,
It's hard to explain because I heard it in my brain.
Yeah.
And I was listening to it,
Huh.
and I was like, I've never heard this before," and it sounded in my mind great.
Mm.
I think that's what Zayn is saying.
Mhm.
The universe gives him compositions, but he knows how to write them down. I don't like. I'll remember a funny joke or an idea, and I can remember that and say it. But it was like I guess it was like I tapped into whatever part of the brain people have when it comes to making music. It was like a weird acid trip of a moment where I'm like, "Oh, there it is," and then it was like I got to experience it. If that makes sense, I got on.
I honestly, like, I've always believed that everyone has the capacity for creativity. It's not like Zayn saying, it's not a person specific thing. It's just it's like a muscle you just practice. And what he's talking about here specifically is about these words, right? Like the words that came to him about how to say things or whatever, but he's not giving credit to himself for it. He's saying it's just a thing that you do as like part of the creative process, and it just comes to you, and he doesn't take the credit for it. A lot of people, by the way, talk about it that way, the way you're talking about it and the way Zayn's talking about it. In this, like, it just comes to them. Right.
It was neat. It was neat to experience. At least I feel like I got to experience what it might be like to create or be a part of the music experience. But I can't even dance or do anything. I'm dumb when it comes to that kind of stuff.
And that's you are what you say you are.
Oh yeah. I am the greatest movie director in the world. Oh, look at that! Scripts are pouring into my email inbox as I speak. There you go.
Interesting. Okay. I love this conversation because artists have, and there is something, right? Like, you have to be in the right space and get yourself to a place. A part of this has to be some sort of a muscle, right? Whether it's your brain or the idea of writing songs or just being a musician, right? But like, something has to line up for the universe to like beam a song into you, right? Like, that's kind of the case you're making, right? Like, that this is given to you by something bigger than yourself, right?
Your life. Yeah, your life experience. Yeah.
Yeah, because that is true. Like, every song on this album it seems ripped from your reality. Is that fair?
It seems
ripped from your reality.
Taken from my reality. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
People say that, when they have a song that's amazing, right? Like Chris Martin's come on our show a couple times. And when he's here, he says, like, greatness is like, I go into this state where I don't even know where I'm at. And the universe just beams me.
Yeah. Interesting.
This story. But that, in theory, that like the universe is tapping into something, right?
Well, I think we're all connected in the universe. You know what I mean? I think that's the way it works, and we're all connected.
And I should say to what you're saying, Nathan, I'm okay. I don't need to write music. That's why. Maybe you're right. So you're right. I actually don't have the desire. Like, it doesn't interest me enough. I love listening to music. I love experiencing music. That's why we do this reaction channel. I actually love listening to music. Obviously, I love listening to music and experiencing it. So yeah, I admit I'm not driven in the need to create it. That doesn't appeal to me. I'm okay with that. I'm okay being the audience member. I don't need to be on the stage.
Yeah.
So I love that people like Zayn, like a lot of the artists who react to. I get excited by what they create, but I'm just saying, yeah, you're right. So maybe there's a moment my brain was like, hey, let's be creative today, Ryan. So I tapped into the Chris Martin. It came to me. So that's what Chris Martin's even. So Chris Martin, of course, incredible songwriter, performer. He wants to perform and he wants to get the next album out. So you're right. He's tapped into that vein that I just bumped into, I guess you could say. I bumped into it. Like, oh, weird. A song came into my head. But then I was like, I don't know what to do with it, though. What do I do? Well, what's the next step? But Chris Martin's like, I know what to do next. Like,
And I wonder if there was a part of you at the time, I'm not saying you are now, but maybe at the time there was a part of you that was speculating about that might have been thinking,
I never wanted to.
You know what I mean?
I've always
I'm not saying you were going like, you know what? I'm gonna.
No,
I hear these artists. I'm gonna try and get there too. I just think maybe there was a part of you, even subconsciously, that was going, "What would that be like?"
Oh, it'd be fun.
You know?
I would imagine everyone's dreamed of being a rock star. Sure, yeah. I mean, oh yeah, I'm sure it's a blast to be a rock star. But when it comes down to it, I'm just cool being the audience at the end of the day. But hopefully our channel blows up one day. That'd be nice. See, I love doing this.
Yeah.
You know? One day, Nathan. One day.
And that if you want to put it in terms that are actually like feasible and tangible for you, that's absolutely how you think. You're always thinking about like, well, what is it we're doing? How do we fix this? What do we change? You know, this and that. So there's always that too.
Well, thank you.
Connected to this idea of what life is, right? And things that happen in your life experience just give you knowledge on how to move in that situation. Takes time. You have to go through some shit, but you learn something at the end of it. And that's, I think, a great moral for life. You know, you have to go through some shit in order for it to feel good. There's no good without bad. And if you don't have the contrast, how do you know? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So how did you know you were ready to even sit down and write Alienated?
How did I, what, sorry?
How do you know you were even ready to write music again?
How did I know I was ready to write it?
Yeah.
Sorry, another tangent. Really quick. There's this great great bit that I've seen on the socials. I forget his name, so it doesn't matter, but Zayn actually didn't hear the question, so he has to repeat it. But this guy, what he does, it's a bit of a prank, but he'll go up and interview people, but he mumbles. And he does it so good, it sounds like he's saying something. Like,
Oh, I think I've seen these.
yeah, it's great. The guys, I feel they always let them know it was just a joke after. But the poor interviewee, for about a minute, they're trying to be polite. Like, oh, crap, I don't. Like, it looks like you're really. They're like, what are you saying? And they're like, the guy's so good. So, but it's done very. It's actually a skill to mumble clearly. It's weird. Anyways, yeah, people have seen that. So, anyways, but I like how Zayn right there was like, you know, that's what the interviewee does, but the guy keeps mumbling. And after the fifth, like, you started like, holy crap, I'm uncomfortable right now.
Is he trying to get people to just like come up with what they think they heard?
Oh, that happens. Okay, that's the amazing thing. What it showcased, yeah, Nathan, two things. Are people really listening to because a lot of the red carpet, you know, the quick. And so people will just have canned answers. It's amazing what people will just say.
Oh yeah,
they fill in the void. Like, I think you're asking how it is to work with my castmates or whatever. So yeah, great cast and crew, but the guy didn't even ask anything, but they'll answer like something. If anyone knows, it's actually quite good. It's quite funny. Yeah,
because I was in that space, like I was just feeling them emotions, and there were thoughts that were like in my head, you know, quite a lot, and things that I was thinking about. So I felt like I needed to express it and get it off my chest. Like,
how does that start? Does it start as a poem?
Kind of, yeah. I got some like guitar riffs and stuff, like samples, and just played them over a drum, real simple like production, and then I wrote like the melodies to the music for that song.
Okay.
So it depends. Each process is different. Sometimes I could have something like pre-written. For example, I like to write a lot of rap, so I'll take like bits from like certain raps that I've written, and then I'll take that and be like, oh, that'd be a really good verse, you know, like I'll use that one line there as a verse, and then develop a whole idea from just one line in a rap.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, or then sometimes I could have like a little bit of an instrument playing, like I said, like a drum or a bit of a guitar riff or whatever, just something real simple that has a lot of space for me to fuck about with. And then I can slot it in that way too. So either way.
Sick. Your voice is an instrument, and you're using it in a way that like you haven't used it on a record that's just solely you before. Is that like, it's crazy. How are you? Can you just explain to me, like, being in the booth cutting a record? Or do you know where you're going to do runs or hit high notes, or do you like, is it strategically placed, or is it emotionally
definitely
placed?
Strategically placed. Yeah, and there's emotion behind it too. Obviously, the emotions in the delivery, you know, and like the conviction behind like the feeling of, you know, when I'm actually giving a vocal. But yeah, you gotta be strategic about that, you know, like in terms of like where the placement is in songs. Like you don't just want to come in with like a crazy ad lib as soon as the song starts, give people too much, you know. You got to build to that moment and make it, you know, climatic moment in the song and stuff. So definitely,
way more information. We're getting so much behind the scenes here about his his personal process. He even talks about strategic play. I love hearing that. Like, yeah, you gotta. The song has to. You don't want to just willy nilly this stuff. But I like that we're hearing. He takes it seriously. It's a process. This is where I do things. We're not even a quarter done this interview, and this guy has got way more information out of him here.
Yeah, I'm almost like, is there going to be like what more?
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to ask at the end here. I know. I was thinking the same thing too, because this is a lot of songwriting. I don't know. We've already talked about his family, where he lives, songwriting process, maybe one direction behind this. And who knows? Stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. Don't tell us in the comments if you know either.
It's a mix of both, emotion and strategy for sure.
To make the music that you're making today, like when you think back of like everything that you've done in your life and everything you've learned, it does lead you to this place, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's why I'm here. Yeah,
fuck yeah.
There's been a development, and I hear the development more prominently now since I've made this record. Because even like a couple of days ago, 3-4 days ago, I think I was doing Station Head, and just like playing through all of my music, like with the fans and stuff, over all of my records and listening to them back to back. Like there's some good songs, on my early stuff. It's not consistently great though. Like there's some songs where you can like kind of hear I'm way more present and sure of myself and like there, like behind the song. And there's other songs where it kind of feels like I'm not too sure of even, like what I'm saying or what I'm doing, and there's no real like presence behind it. But this record feels like consistently every song.
He did a diss record?
Yeah. No, this record. Oh. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Was he dissing on Harry or the One Direction boys, or no?
It's cool that he's saying that though, because like I think that's what we picked up on his earlier stuff. It felt like that's what I was expressing earlier was when he's in a genre and when he's a bit controlled, he doesn't perform at his best. He doesn't like come up with his best content and his best songwriting or even singing. So finding his voice in this record obviously was something that I think he enjoyed, because he's very confident now talking about the fact that this record is one of his best, right?
No, absolutely.
That I'm there and I'm owning the song, and there's this development of like you said, my skills and ownership of my voice, and the things I can do.
Is any of that because this is very much your story?
I think that's the key thing. I think you need to do that in order to connect with it in that manner, in order for it to really resonate with people in that space that you can't quite explain. It has to come from this place of honesty and truth.
Hello, beautiful human.
Oh,
every year, millions of gamers experience IGSS.
Oh no! Don't do this. Yeah, I got to remove it and re-add it. It got mad at me I should just let it play. Sorry, guys. I don't know why it does it. It does it with bigger files, is what I have noticed. That if you try to slide it forward too much, it goes, nope, don't like that. So now I've got to see if we can get it to where we need to be here. See if I can find it on the bottom here before I add it to the stage. That might help. There we go. Okay.
To go beyond with the Vibrasonic mattress by Beyond Sleep. This thing has 6 built-in subwoofers, USB ports for charging,
Holy
LED
jeez.
lights so you never stub your toe. It gives you an acoustic massage when you want it.
Is that real?
Adjustable degrees of comfort. This right here is the best way to game ever. Cure your IGSS today at BeyondSleepTech.com.
Imagine if you had that kind of money to buy that kind of mattress just to game all day. Like, what's your life like?
Ugh.
You know what I mean by that, Nathan? Like, you're like, hey, Nathan, you got a nice big couch bed. You could just chill in your room and game. Like, how? Like, you're able to game that long? You need a comfortable bed couch.
Yeah. Well, and like, I'm not throwing shade because I used to play games when I was younger.
Oh, I love playing video games.
And they would go hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
But like, as I got older, that just is so low of a priority.
Well, I saw like a funny meme. It showed something like when you're a kid, all the games you can't afford, you had time to play, but when you're an adult, you can afford all these games, but you don't have time to play them. Or your priorities are different. So
yeah, I just couldn't imagine though. Like, I'm sure as a young 20-year-old, I would have thought, oh, that would be great. Then
but what 20-year-old has this like?
But yeah, what 20-year-old has enough money to buy a bed that reclines and has a massage and USB ports?
But look at the dinky TV. Come on, get it.
I know. You're gonna buy a bed like that and get like a
plate on your iPhone
20-inch TV.
You better have an 85-inch TV when you got a bed like that. That's all I'm gonna say.
So the whole process starts with Alienated, right? But What I Am is the first song that you release to introduce the world to this era that is unlike anything you've ever put out in the best possible way.
Thank you.
Why is that song first?
That song's first because I felt like it was a good transition song to this space. There is other songs on the record that are way more in that pocket, like way more in the folk pocket, way more in the Chris Stapleton kind of sound, like.
And you worked with his producer?
I did work with his producer.
He's incredible.
He's amazing. He's a genius. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
you learned from being in that room, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, we didn't actually get in the room.
So it's just you and your little.
I had the record pretty much made myself without Dave Cobb's involvement. Like the record was fully shelled out and things were in the place that they were in before I went and asked him to be on the record. Then when I signed to Mercury, Tyler asked me if I would be interested on getting Dave Cobb in on some of the songs that we'd already done. So we texted a couple of times, spoke, got on the phone, called a couple of times and had conversations. And then from then he would just send me things over on email. We would converse over text. I'd take this out. I don't really like that, whatever. And it was super seamless. He just seemed to get everything like straight off the bat. He was like, I'd love to be involved in this. This is something that, I really understand. And I feel like I could elevate it to the place that it can be shown to the world, because I was happy to just like do it that way. Like that was my original idea, to just release it without any big producer attached to it. It was just going to.
Interesting. So, interesting alternate universe where it just shows you how much, I don't use the term control, but how fully everything was really just his music composition, his lyrics, the way. But Cobb comes in and says, because he said he had the album ready to go. He could have dropped the album, whatever, the mixing, the engineering still had to happen, sure, but without a second voice. So Cobb comes in and goes, I think we can. There might be some things. So that's the job of a producer. Is they're like the director of a movie. They help with the vision. Like, and it's not a bad idea to have a second voice. Maybe just like because sometimes like that's why there's editors for novelists, right? You have to have someone say, "Look, you've repeated something twice," or whatever it is. But anyway, so that's cool. This guy comes in, and if you look at the credits, it says here Cobb and Zayn produced each song. So that's the collaborative effort. Zayn came in with an album ready to drop, but Cobb said, let's. So, but it would be interesting to, in an alternate universe, hear the Zayn drop without Cobb. What would the differences be?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll say what they are, but it'd be interesting to hear what that actual, that's what that would sound like if it was just Zayn.
Be like my scrapbook and my production in this room, and I just put it out, and here it is. Here's my cowboy album, But he was obviously an amazing integral part of the finalized product, and he just brought some things that I didn't even know that were missing.
What are they? What things?
Because he's a genius. Like when it comes to musical production, especially that kind of style of music, that pocket, he understands really well.
I would love to listen to the first version of this album, and then like I've already listened to the second version
I could play them. I've still got them versions if you want to hear them.
Oh, that would be sick.
Off the camera, I'd show you some.
Me and Zayn in the same pocket. Speaking of pockets, yeah. Maybe that's why I think he's a good interviewer. No, no, but it's so cool. He's probably going to hear some of those samples. That's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, so what creative goals did you set for yourself before you really started making this thing? Did you set any?
This record? Yeah, the intention behind it was, I want to really be involved, in every single part of it, integrally. I don't just want to be a passive artist that's, brought in to just sing the
puppet.
parts.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I want to build this, like, from the ground up, and I want people to understand that I'm capable of doing that. And I'm not a one-trick pony, I'm not just out here trying to just do something because I've done it good once. Like, I want to push myself and develop and get better with time,
Isn't that like, it's the hardest part about having success, like at a reasonably early age in life, right? Is this idea of one, getting trapped where you're at, and then two, determining what you find a challenge or a creative challenge or something that fulfills you, right? Like,
definitely, yeah.
What fulfills you today is definitely not what fulfilled you 10, 12 years ago, right? Like,
yeah, well, the truth of it is, like, I would have liked to have thought at probably 17, 18 that I could have wrote this record. In actual fact, I don't think I could have, like, but I would have still thought that in my mind, like, oh yeah, I am capable of writing my own record, So there was always that frustration there. I was in a band, I was in a 5-part band where
which one was that?
Constant like opinions over opinions, and this is what you want to do and this is what we want to do. So it was hard to really show that individuality and show who you were, not due to anybody's fault, just circumstantial. That's the way it was,
Yeah, that's the reality of being in a 5-boy band. Whose voice is whose? Like, it's where do you feel like you're being heard? I know there's One Direction fans still to this day wish they never broke up, but but the artists, the people that you're putting on the stage like this as an audience member, they don't like it. They didn't like it. They have to, like, you can't force them to be together. They wanted to do their own thing. All of them wanted to do their own thing.
So there was always that desire in me, to want to write it, but would I have been capable at that age? Probably not. Like we spoke about, I had to live some life and go through some stuff to really understand how to be present behind my music, and what it was that was important to me that I wanted to have in my music, and what it was that I wanted to express to people could only surely come over life experience,
100%. There is something though to being that young, feeling like you could, right? Because I do think that, like, a lot of, and I can apply this to my own life. And dude, I remember interviewing you twice while you're in One Direction during Nickelodeon, like, years ago. I looked like some fat little kid, and like they shoved me into some like suit or something on some orange carpet and some like backstage. You're in, dude, really a crazy time. Like, children. Like, I look at that photo and I go, pure children.
Yeah, babies.
Yeah. But there is something to, like, that belief, like, even in that moment of like this like, yes, delusion or like blind confidence or like insane deep naivete that, like, just keeps you so deadly focused on what you feel like you should be doing and what in your heart and in your mind you need to be doing. Right? Like, there is something to having that North Star that, like, still had to have played a part to getting you here today, right? To the album that we're
definitely,
talking about.
And that, like, if I didn't have that confidence, at that age to believe that I could have done them things, I would have never been in the situation I was in, and I look back and think that was some, like you said, blind confidence, you know what I mean? It's just this naive young kid that just believes he can conquer.
I love Zayn. You know what I mean? He always says that's his whisker statement, or what do you call that? The crutch statement. You know what I mean? You got to do your drinking game.
Oh, I don't have any.
Okay.
Look at the world, and
so delusional.
Actually has no fucking skills at all, you know what I mean? But he believes he can do some crazy stuff. And that is, a development of life, I think, for everybody, I think most people go through that. Most people don't want to admit it and accept it, even at any age, you know what I mean? But I'm aware of it, and I think it's something that we should talk about for sure.
Dude, so delusional, but really special.
Yeah.
Really, and
it drives you to crazy places that you wouldn't even think about as a 30-year-old man. You wouldn't even be like, oh yeah, I could go do that. You wouldn't have the audacity, you know what I mean?
He did it.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. All right, back to what I am. This is, don't take me for what I'm saying. Just take me for what I am. It's giving a self-acceptance anthem, even if that self-acceptance could be unhealthy. Is that fair?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think, the thing about life is not everything's beautiful. The real important things in life, from my experience, are things that are a bit dark that like you go through that teach you something important about yourself. And that's the way this life works, like it's not some utopian existence from beginning to end. There's highs and lows, and every part of it is as important as the next.
They connect to one another, right? Like they really are. And the way you figure out how to move forward is by learning from what was, or where you've been. It's interesting. Like time is a part of that, right? Like
yeah,
the
because
movement
that
of time.
lyric there, what I'm saying is sometimes I might talk shit, but that doesn't necessarily mean I am shit.
Totally.
I have integrity, and I'll show you my actions that this is who I am and this is my morality. This is what I stand behind,
And you know what? That's kind of how
So that's his song "What I Am." We did the live professional shot footage of that song. I think we got another one from that same show coming up soon.
Oh,
At the time it's recording, another pro shot. Yeah, I thought it was great. It really, again, it elevates his sound and music, seeing the full band live on stage. I think, yeah.
I adopted it in my own life and felt understood by it, right? Like, say I'm with my boyfriend and we get into a fight, and I may say something.
Boyfriend. That's it. I'm turning this off.
Something that is, I really don't mean.
It doesn't mean you don't love them, right?
100%. My actions
you
are
just lost your shit in that moment,
Exactly.
like, for a second, and that's a really human thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's actually the most human thing.
that's it. Yeah,
Genuinely, it's literally. I felt so understood by that. I really did.
I'm
This
I'm
time,
glad I could put it into some sort of sentiment that like you understood too. Like that was the whole, intention behind this record. Like I think people gloss things up a lot. The truth of it is when truth is staring you in the face, it's not always pretty. Like,
so you run from it.
yeah.
By the way, and that's
The whole world runs.
That's when we get offended the most from criticism. Let's say that's what I mean. Sorry, the truth. The truth is great when it's when you baked an apple pie and it's delicious, and someone says, "Hey, this is delicious." That's the truth. You're like, "Hey, cool." Thank you. But then if somebody says, "Oh, you put too much salt in it in the pastry," and it was just a tad too much, even if it wasn't a lot, it was just. But then that stings more because it's still true. So that's the truth staring in the face. So I find personally, I can get pretty, I can get defensive sometimes when I think it's natural to feel that way. You get defensive when a truth. Well, so actually, what I'm trying to say too is. When it's a criticism, but it's not true, it doesn't sting. So if you make that apple pie and someone says, "Ugh, there's too much raspberry in this," but you didn't put any raspberry in, you'd be like, "Well, you're criticizing me, but I didn't put any raspberry in there, so I'm not sure what the." So that's not a truth. That's what I mean. So truth hurts, and it's great when it's a compliment. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, I have a theory on this that I'm developing on this whole topic here, but it's too detailed to explain.
Dr. Oud in the house.
Well, it's more a philosophical theory. It has more to do with when I don't know if there's time for this, but
we'll give you what's a 2-sentence synopsis? Or one.
When we're kids, we think more on a linear scale, like it's either this or that. Right. And if we don't ever develop any further than that, we kind of stay there in this camp of good versus evil, or right versus wrong, or left versus right.
Up versus down. Front versus back.
You're making this longer.
That's what she said. Sorry, you're dealing with a child. I'm sorry. You're
still stuck on the scale.
I'm still stuck on the scale. It's like, this is fun or it's not fun.
As you develop, you start to realize that there's more dimensions to this, and that there's certainly at the center of a lot of it is truth and reason, and that becomes like almost like a quadrant. And so you become aware that you at any one time you fit somewhere in this more of a quadrant rather than along a sliding scale, and understanding that actually takes quite a bit of maturity. And I think that's a bit what he's talking about, is like we realize that truth is kind of scary. It pushes us towards our extremes, whether it's I just want to hear good things all the time, or I don't want to hear anything bad, right? and that, but as you develop, you start to realize that truth can help you to see in more dimensions. So
The truth shall set you free.
Sure.
100%.
I think, yeah.
Isn't that a little bit like birds on a cloud, running from the truth, something that you know is inevitable, and in your gut it's telling you this is fucking not right and
I'm running
toxic.
from this feeling that I know I can't escape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're just like holding on to just one more great day.
Give me one more day of happiness. I need it.
It's fucking great.
Yeah, for sure.
I get it. I really do get it. Do you feel more understood by writing these types of songs, or a record like that? Or like at least maybe.
I don't know if I feel understood right now, like at this point, you know, like when the record's been out and it's lived with people for a bit, and like we have more of these conversations like I'm having with you right now, and you're saying to me like, I understood that, like I got that. It's interesting for me to hear that, you know what I mean? I've lived with this record for 6 years just by myself, so it's very much just been like therapy for myself, you know, just with my own thoughts and my own estimations and my own, you know, expectations. And now I can hear other people's opinions, and the more I get to hear that, the more I get to feel that, you know, that I feel understood. Like people get this too, they felt the same way that I felt, and I managed to put it into words and they understand it, you know?
Totally. Does time scare you?
Does time scare me? Yeah, I think time should scare everybody.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's the most valuable asset.
Yeah.
Especially the wrong time. When you have the wrong time, it's the scariest time. On time's good. The wrong time, I don't like the wrong time.
I mean, like the placement of this joke.
That was the right time to say that.
It's one thing you can't ever get back.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
There's no price on it, is there?
No, there isn't.
Oh,
because it's in.
We're losing viewers, Nathan. We had up to 12 live viewers. We're down to 9. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. Sorry.
I can take my shirt off.
All right. All right. No, well, yeah, we might lose more.
Valuable.
Exactly.
Because with time, you can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild to think about.
It is.
It's wild.
I'm just Zach a little stoned. Are the gummies kicking in? Have you noticed that? Just a tad as the time of this interview is continuing. I wonder if the gummies kicking in just a little bit here. And Zayn's like, "Holy crap, these are really deep questions." He's like, yeah. That's. I wonder if as this interview continues, we'll see the more stoned state of Zach. There we go. No judgment, but I think the gummies kicking in. That's all I'm saying.
About grateful.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
That's attached to time passing and the idea of time and watching something grow in front of your eyes, which is wild to think about. Something that you created yourself.
Yeah.
And then the idea of teaching that human being everything for the first time. What does that mean to you? Like, can you describe that?
Oh boy, what happened to the second part of this interview? It's weird. He's going on a very existential questions.
I think you're right. It is. The gummies are kicking in.
Because even Zayn's like, "Oh, were we supposed to be high for this? Was this?" Because you've had a conversation with somebody who's not sober. It's like you're having a sober conversation, but the person you're having the conversation is not sober, so you're having this weird,
yeah.
I think the idea behind the song "Grateful" is like what we just touched on before. You know, like
let's bring back
all
to
of
my
the
album.
things in life that come to us, however they're packaged and bundled up. You got to accept them, for what they are and be grateful for them things. Like, because even in the darkest moments, you're still learning from something and you're overcoming something. In terms of what it means, for me being grateful, like that song is literally that. Like, I'm just grateful for all of the life experience that I've got that's led me to this place and helped me hopefully develop into a better human.
Is that attached to your daughter?
It is in some sense, but I'm also talking about other things too.
Totally.
I think I say I love it when the waves calm down. I love it when the rain falls down. I'm grateful for you. I love it when there's craziness, and I love it when it subsides. I'm grateful for it all. That's what I'm saying.
My note is unwavering love.
Yeah.
right? No matter what the fuck's going down. That's the one thing that's consistent.
Definitely. Yeah.
It is.
Let's go. Yeah, you can see Zayn's in a very healthy mental health place. Like he seems to be very, very zen. He's like, yeah, I'm grateful for the crazy times and I'm grateful for the peaceful times. I'm experiencing life. You know, he's embracing. That's very stoic. That's actually stoicism. Is just to.
Yep.
He can't control the crazy. He can't control this peaceful times either. They just life happens and he's embracing life. Yeah.
Yeah. You're grateful for all of it.
Yeah.
Is gratefulness the same as love?
I don't know. I guess it.
That's a weird question.
That was a very, I'm getting stoned question.
Yeah. You got gratefulness, man. And then you got love.
Are they the same?
Are they the same?
Or are they different?
Are you grateful for love? Or do you love being grateful?
Really depends, you know, on the situation. But in terms of, you know, being grateful for something, I think you can just have an appreciation for it also, you know. You don't necessarily have to be in love with the appreciation, you know.
Is there anything that you're grateful for today that maybe you weren't initially when or whatever the situation or thing centered your life?
You know, the main thing that I always feel bad about, like when I look back over my life, is not enjoying the band enough. Like I feel like I just took things too seriously, you know. And I'm grateful that I'm able to be happier now, like, and actually enjoy things and own my own perspective a bit, you know, like glass half full versus it being half empty. Like
that comes with time and age. I hear what he's saying, and I appreciate that he's saying that. But you and I could say that too. It doesn't matter. I won't share anything too personal, but I definitely have looked back at past life experiences and said, "Boy, I sure wish I embraced those moments more. Now they're gone." Whatever that was, that's a normal feeling of like you didn't know what you quite had at the time when you're having it, and the time goes on, and yeah. Like here's a silly example. You look at a picture back when you thought you were fat, and then you look at like, boy, I wish I could be that fat again, because you're thinner than, you know, like it's a joke. But the idea like you didn't realize what you had in those moments, and so that's part of the time talk too. Is just be grateful for the Anyways, sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, he's essentially describing what my theory there. It's like when he was younger. He's seeing things in a very black and white type of scenario, but as you get older, you understand that there's just a lot more depth and more to that situation. And the regret there that he's expressing, I wish I was, you know, more with the band. That's like you say, it's very normal, but it's also like accepting that and not just going like, yeah, those band, like if you doubled down on
he could double down, then it becomes more toxic, and
then you just like keep focusing on these two ends of the spectrum of like, it could have been so much better if only so and so didn't screw me over. Then you end up stuck on that timeline, right?
I definitely one of the things this is talking about past regrets is what he's bringing up here, is I've often wish I look back at our friendship when we were younger. I wish I was different in so many ways. Like there's so many things I just wouldn't do now. Like I wouldn't do now, and I don't do now, hopefully. But that just, again, that comes with age and understanding of life, maturity. My brain's not even developed yet when I'm 15, 16, 17. My brain is barely developed, but I just like, I wish I could go back in time.
I have a thought to share with that later, but I'm going to wait until...
All right.
I don't want to take up too much air.
My choice, you know, I get to decide what that is. So if I frame, you know, everything in a negative manner, I'm not going to gain no satisfaction from it. But if I move with happiness, I can gain so much more, and I can have a good time and enjoy my life. And I think that's one thing that I'm really grateful for now, that I didn't understand the importance for when I was younger. I didn't understand the importance.
Because you're younger
to be happy. I had this like teen angst thing going on, chip on my shoulder, where I'm like, it's really cool to just be moody as fuck all the time. I mean, it's not. Like, you're just a loser. Let's be honest, you know what I mean? Like, you should be a nice person. You should be somebody that people want to be around and enjoy being in your presence. And
it's kind of what we picked up on when we first were introduced to One Direction. And I know that other fans have expressed similar variations of how we, responded, where we felt like Zayn had this like kind of chip on his shoulder, or just a little bit like, brooding. And to hear him talk about it, that like, I was already suspecting this is where it was going to go, or where he would go, based on the music, based on the tone of the music, and the like, just where he was at with some of his lyrics. So that's very cool to hear him say that out loud.
Yeah, no, I agree. Again, it's a repeating motif throughout this interview itself, but the idea that when you're younger, you're just younger. Of course, a younger version of yourself is going to be less. Usually, it's less desirable than the adult version. I mean, I'm 3 times the age now than I was when I was a teenager, right? So,
yeah.
And you should bring light to people's day instead of being this fucking negative cloud of energy,
How do you find peace with that today?
How do I find peace with that? Like, I know it sounds super cliche and I keep saying it, but I feel like my daughter brought that back for me, like brought that color back in my life, and she just makes me happier. I have so much love in me that I didn't have before she was born. She just makes me happy. She laughs all day. She wants to do the silliest things and she gains so much excitement from it, She just has a whole fresh perspective on life that it had somewhat become grey for me,
It's really special. What is it like to watch her play instruments? Because I hear she's a musician.
It's amazing. Yeah, she can play a little bit. Yeah, she's not like expert level and stuff, but she's got a bit of rhythm, like when she's hitting the drums and stuff, like you can tell that she could definitely develop that into something. Her mum was actually really good at Guitar Hero on the drums. I was like, maybe she got that from my mum, you know what I mean? Because I was diabolical at it and she used to beat me all the time and I used to be like, what the fuck? Like, I'm the musician and she beats me at this game, you know what I mean? But Kai's got that too. She got a bit of natural rhythm on the drums and stuff. So it's amazing, it's amazing to see any part of her development, not even just in a musical sense, just in a human sense, her retention for language and her understanding for words is really impressive. She remembers entire books like that I've read to her, and then she'll read the book back to me. She doesn't know what the words are, but she remembers what I've said on the pages, and she'll read the story back to me. She knows whole songs like every word for word. Like,
all my kids are dumb. Just like their dad.
That's what you got out of it.
Well, it's funny. Every time a parent talks about their kid, and Zayn's just a parent at the end of the day. He's just famous. But everyone always talks about their kids like, okay, I know. Yeah, you're a kid. Yeah. They're so smart. They're so bright. They're like, mine are just average humans. At the end of the day, they're just, I added to the average. All my children are just average people. There's nothing special about their abilities. They don't, none of them play anything, do anything. I mean, they're good people, but it's like, I don't know what would I brag about.
But it's not. That's
no, not brag. No. Don't over. I don't want to hear it. I actually don't want to. No. I'm not overanalyzing. I'm just saying it's funny. Every time I hear a parent talk, I always think to myself, what would I say about my kids?
I don't know if I see it that way.
No, I'm not speaking for you. I'm speaking for me. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, like, when I hear people talk about their kids,
right?
I guess it feels more like, where does my head go? I'm trying to think where
maybe it goes nowhere. Maybe it goes nowhere. It doesn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah. I'm trying to think though, like, if I feel like what Zayn's doing here is part of an extension of what he said earlier.
It was a dumb joke. It was actually just a dumb joke. It's actually going way too further than I wanted to. It was a silly joke. Yeah.
Him appreciating.
He's very proud of his daughter. Yes.
Well, he's very he's a gratitude-filled person,
of course,
right? So he expresses gratitude in different ways.
It was a dumb joke. It was a silly joke. I actually edited the whole thing out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a dumb joke. Well, no, it wasn't very funny. It went too much of a discussion about thought process. Like, no, it's just a stupid joke. My kids are wonderful. They're good, of course. It was my dry humor, and then it was getting overanalyzed. I'm like, no, it's not funny. All right.
like all the Trolls tracks and everything. Like she sings up fully and she doesn't miss a lyric. Yeah, she's crazy, and she can run stuff too. Like do little like trill runs, like 3-4 notes in one thing. Yeah, like. It's crazy,
biology's
yeah. Just natural
crazy
ability already, yeah.
That's wild.
So yeah, it's mad just to see her developing as a person all the time. Yeah,
new meaning to life. New.
What's that? What's funny? What
I
happened?
was just laughing at him because he's definitely looking like he's getting more and more stoned.
Oh, well, his eyes here, yeah.
That's
true.
crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean.
Whoa.
That's what I was trying to say. It's like, of course, you've been around 100 parents so by everyone talks, and I probably did the same thing when my first kid took the first steps, or everything's like, oh, my kid's so bright and so great. You love your kid. Zayn's expressing love and gratitude for his child, and that's wonderful. That's good. And I don't know if Zach has kids with his partner, but he would do the same thing. But yeah, that's crazy, man. That's amazing. Yeah, it's
Everything new. Everything's new from that
definitely.
moment on.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Because you genuinely live, everything you do is for someone else.
yeah, he's high. I think
to
he's
some
high.
degree, you know what I mean? Not
No, I'm not even joking. I think he's actually
Yeah, I
high,
think
which
he
is
is,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah. Like the idea that he's blown away by so you're telling me when you have a kid, you're seeing things for the first time through their eyes? That's crazy. I've never thought of that before.
No,
It's-
but
but
there
yeah,
is a different meaning to
It's
it.
a
right?
massive responsibility. I'd say it's probably 80%, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
of my life now, yeah.
What's the other 20?
I think it's important to keep 20% for yourself, like something that still is for you, like when I'm in the studio, or if I'm painting, or, I'm doing my gardening, or whatever it is that I do is for me, that I keep some identity that is still me. It's not just Zayn the dad,
What do you garden? What do you have? What do you plant?
Good
all
question.
kinds of
Yeah.
stuff. Like
Yeah.
I've got
think
when
we
it's
heard this
in
before.
season, obviously, it's all like dead
the
there
car
right now
daddy
'cause it's
asked
freezing
what the
cold.
garden
But when it's in season, chilies, cucumbers, carrots, watermelons,
Holy
peppers, tomatoes, corn,
How many years will they
eggplant.
fruit?
Sorry,
How many years? How many
Eggplant.
times a year will they bear fruit?
you get like a good like
Season.
I want to say like harvest towards like the end of like April, beginning of May, like
Okay.
you can get, and then you can get another harvest towards the end of like summer, like June, July.
Depends what the
August, like,
vegetable
just
fruit
before
is, I
everything
guess,
starts
but,
getting
yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
So what are we
But
talking?
you can constantly be
Not in
picking.
Canada.
Like, so if you go to like a chili tree, you can take as many chilies as you want off one week and then go back next week and it might be full again. You know what I mean? You can just keep taking
How
things
cool
off.
is
of it.
that?
It's amazing. It's really
Sick.
cool. It's like having a shop in your garden.
But I have fruit trees in my around my house. Like I have a pear tree, I have limes, I have lemons, and I have
Amazing.
oranges, and I have peppers.
Yeah, you've got some beautiful things out here because them things are what grow.
Oh my god,
In
dude,
PA.
they're bearing
Yeah,
they're
lemons
fruiting.
and oranges and stuff don't grow where I'm
Constantly.
living. Yeah, so
Yeah, you
you're
can't
lucky.
They're not warm
you can
enough,
do
I
that.
guess.
That's
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Oh, dude,
Just
I
a
got
little bit
citrus
north.
coming out of my ass.
Yeah.
I'll send you some. I would love to.
I grew some lemons here when I lived here, but my lemons didn't grow well, and they grew massive, but the skin was like
Thick,
so
right?
thick. Yeah, like and the inside there was no lemon; it was
feel
just
like
all
that's
skin. Like,
Common,
weird.
common,
is it?
common.
Yeah, I don't know
Ne-
what happened, but
And people like show off their giant lemons. I'm like, dude, you gotta cut it open.
yeah, let me see what's inside
Yeah,
of
show
it.
me
So what would the saying be for that? If when life gives you big
Giant
lemons,
lemons.
you can't even make lemonade from because there's no lemon. When life gives you, my mind's blown. I don't know what you do with a bad lemon because you can't even make lemonade out of a lemon that doesn't give you lemon.
the meat.
Is it all skin?
Well, I know what it is.
Usually is.
Okay.
No, but like I have pride in like the
What's that?
things that I grow. It's weird.
Sorry.
It's
When life gives you giant lemons, you make a podcast and talk about why you have giant lemons.
Are we still talking about the fruit? Or?
What?
Yeah. Here you go. There you go. Hi, ChatGPT. I want giant lemons.
Why does my phone listen to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Always
you-
listening.
It's a different sense of pride that I never thought I'd have. Like this, like, and I think it gives like very, very like I don't know what the right word is, like old school, tribal, whatever the fuck. But like, like I lived off my fucking land, brother.
Oh,
Like-
definitely. Yeah, like accomplishment. Like
Yes!
I own this land. I'm man in dirt, and this is
Fuck yeah,
something I did. Yeah.
dude. That's my boyfriend. Fucking every day I wander my yard analyzing all my plants.
Sick.
And I'm in my cactuses, and then I have my house plants. Like We have plants here. They're fine. I have crazy fucking plants. Crazy plants. I'm obsessed with them.
That's cool. Yeah.
I just love growing. Like, I think it's maybe the creation of something out of nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
See, always the eyes are kind of
the feeling that you get from nurturing something, you know, that's not you. Like, you give care and effort to something else, and then in return, it's easier for you to give care and effort to yourself.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it's a selfless act, innit? The plant's not talking to you, it's not giving you anything back, but you're giving it water, you're giving it food, you watch.
Do you have any plants in your house? Do you have plants in your house?
I do. We've like just a few, but like they're basically dying or dead.
Yeah, that's one thing Becky and I have both. Well, we agree on a lot of things, but when it comes to plants, for whatever reason, we are not green thumb, like in the home plant people. Like we've raised kids, pets, animals. They're all well taken care of, but vegetation in the home, it always dies.
Outdoor plants, different. Those are, I take care of them, but like
for some reason,
indoor plants, I just forget about them.
Yeah, that's what happens, I think. Yeah. It doesn't whine or cry or, oh yeah, you're dying. Oops, sorry.
Watching it grow and you enjoyed that.
I maintain her.
Yeah.
I love seeing her grow, and then I start propagating them.
And it makes you feel good.
Yes.
Like, as a person.
And then I see them around my house and they bring me joy, and I know I'm breathing a little bit better.
I did that. Yeah, I'm keeping it alive.
Yes.
Like, it's really cool.
My new thing is propagating them. Like I'll propagate like the house plants. So then I try to like grow more and more and more of them.
Okay.
And then I'm like trying to grow roses. Like, I don't know. I'm figuring it out.
Okay, cool.
I'm fucking around to find it out,
that's
dude.
gangster, yeah. My grandma used to grow a lot of roses in her garden in the UK. Yeah, her whole garden was filled with roses.
I feel like they have good climate for that, which is like...
Yeah, roses actually do well in cooler, moist climates. We have one that grows naturally in our, funny enough, in our front yard. They just grow. They just, they're pretty resilient flowers, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've cut some down that I thought I killed them, and they came back. Even though I was trying to get rid of them, I don't know.
They're prickly. They are prickly.
Yeah.
Those thorns are prickly. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're sharp, like legit.
Oh, yeah.
When they say every rose has its thorn, it's like, no, it's like thorns. It's ridiculous how much thorns are on those things. Yeah.
Like, even with gloves on, they're hard to remove.
Yeah.
I must be, because she had some beautiful roses. We had a lot of beautiful roses in the local park near my house too. Like the caretaker of the park used to like look after, but they were amazing roses, like really beautiful.
Do you miss it? Do you miss being home?
Yeah, parts of it, you know. There's certain parts I don't miss too. But yeah, for sure, I miss my family. You know, I miss my loved ones and the culture of, you know, where I come from. People's general like attitudes and personalities.
You tell me it's not the same.
It's not the same in Pennsylvania, surprisingly.
That's so weird.
It's very different. Yeah, but it's cool. You know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not the most extroverted human anyway. So like, even when I'm living in PA, I'm pretty much on my property. I don't really go out and do crazy things, go here and there. The only places I go is with Kai. Like, I'm a dad. Like, we go to Disney on Ice or Nickelodeon or, you know, Broadway Frozen show. Like, she's got me out more times in the last 6 years than I've been out myself, for sure.
Yeah.
But by the way, how
well,
great
3 years
is
since
that?
she's been born, but I mean, like 6 years prior to that, I don't think I was going anywhere.
Yeah.
But like, but also like when you were going out, like you weren't
kids
going.
force you to do that. I guess we got to go to the park. Got to see other humans, you know.
So she's 3 at this time. Is that right? Is that what he's saying?
Well, he said 6 years previous, so she might be 6. Because he said the 6 years previous, then like he was saying the 6 years before she was born, I've been out more the last 6 years. Like, so I think she's 6.
Going to see Disney on Ice, and then
No,
also,
definitely not. Yeah,
watching this bean that you create that's currently sprouting into this
3.
full-blown human.
Oh,
Enjoy
she's 3,
something.
yeah.
Like
Whoa,
enjoy these people skate.
I misunderstood his math conversation. I don't. Okay, he said something about 6. Maybe you combined the 2, 3. Maybe
He's been in Pennsylvania for 6 years.
Oh, he's been in Pennsylvania. Okay, I see.
And yeah, gotcha.
Like their life depends on it. Like their bills need to be paid.
she loves it,
and she's obsessed with it.
She thinks it's amazing.
My nephew's he's 3. Yeah, he's 3. Wow, that's crazy.
So, Kai.
Yeah, he just said it.
Yeah. Sorry, sorry. He's just realized my nephew's 3. He's 3. Crazy. Every new piece of information is blowing his mind right now.
That's wild. And this age is like so They're turning into human beings.
Yeah, man, it's mad, and you can really see it too. Like they're just becoming who they're gonna be, you know.
It makes me sweat thinking about it.
Yeah.
And they're so verbal. They talk a bunch. Will you play the album for her?
I played the record. I got the first print of the vinyl.
Sick.
And I played it on vinyl, and she was dancing to it and like coming in and out. She's like, "This Baba," and she's like going through and like singing along and stuff. And she was singing "What I Am," and which other song did she really like? There's a song on my record called "Stardust." She really loves that song too.
In that moment,
That's the one with the video, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just pure joy and like feelings of just being real proud, you know, that she likes something that I do. It's really cool. I don't know if a lot of kids think their parents are that cool. So she thinks it's cool. Like, I don't know how long that's going to last.
Yeah, I was gonna say wait till she's like a tween girl. I'm dealing with my daughter right now. It's like, oh, she's at that age right now where it's like, oh, Dad, you said the wrong thing again. I said the wrong thing again. Yeah. I only have one daughter. You have
I have three.
Three, yeah.
I don't know if I say the right thing anymore ever. So
well, here's the thing. You and I aren't saying the wrong things. I think things like everything with most communication, it's we get misunderstood. I feel like I get misunderstood. I don't know what it is with me. I feel like I get misunderstood a lot, I think. Yeah.
Last, like I said, you know what I mean? She might get to a certain age and be like, "Dad, no one gives a shit about you anymore. Like, you know what I mean? You need to stop." But
she's the one who tells you to hang it up.
She'll be the person, "Yo, maybe you've had your day, mate. You can go home."
I think it's time you move on to something new.
I think you should go do something else, Dad. Yeah, you can always rely on them for brutal honesty, you know what I mean? So
she tells you to get into franchises or something.
Yeah, you need to branch out, Dad.
Is it weird for her to not have an accent? To be raised without an accent?
She has an accent with certain words.
Yeah, because she's around you.
Yeah, so certain things she says, she sounds really British.
I love that he said without an accent. Like, what?
Right. Yeah, I know. In his view, I know we all have accents, but yeah, he should have said like it's not North American at least or something. But well, I was just going to say she's probably because I've known people. I think we both have in our youth days. We knew people that had British parents or English parents, but they were born and raised in Canada. But because they're raised by their parents, sometimes they'll still a couple of the word, like you're saying, like their things will slip through because their parents will still have an accent. So yeah, a British accent or whatever.
Yeah. But still in an American accent. So she calls a tomato a tomato, but she says it in an American accent. She goes, tomato. You know, she don't call it a tomato.
It's weird to hear her say it like that.
So it's like...
It's weird to hear him say tomato like an American. Like it actually sounds they hear him say tomato.
a hybrid accent she's got going on. It sounds a bit English and a bit American.
It's adorable. Wild.
Yeah, she's cool.
There's no way in a million years you ever thought that like you'd call some random state in America home, right?
No, definitely not. It's so random to me. Even when I think about it myself, that I live in Pennsylvania, I always catch myself like talking to my best friend or whatever, and I'm like, so weird. Like I live in Pierre. Like, did you ever think I'd be living here? It's so weird. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Life takes you on a journey. You got to follow it. I think.
Fuck yeah. At what point do you realize that you have to follow the journey and not work against it?
I think when you get like a level of acceptance and love for yourself, you know, I think then it's easier. It's not as much of a struggle.
Do you remember that moment?
I think so, yeah. I think it's been a development over the last like 5-6 years for me.
What was it?
Just got sick of just feeling like I had a grey cloud over my head, to be honest.
I get it.
Yeah.
How do you
that's a good question.
take ownership of that?
Those are those deep questions. Now he's reaching the part of the high where he's like, now he's really deep. He's really deep with the universe. What's amazing though, and all joking aside, I mean, he's asking great questions. Compared again to that Big Daddy interview, these are these are really good pointed questions. Like, what was that feeling? What was it? Or when? Like, those are very. I admit, I don't know if I would have asked that. That was very good, very pointed. Yeah, he's getting a lot of stuff out of Zayn here,
and manage it.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's a specific way to go about it. I think the main thing that I think a lot of people could, benefit from is awareness, of your own actions and just acceptance for them things and being like, yo, like this is something I did. I hold my hands up. It wasn't great, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? I've learned from it, and this is where I am. It's just important to be conscious, you know, and aware of who you are and your effects on other people around you.
Easier said than done, right?
Yeah, way easier said than done for sure.
Is that connected? As I look through medical records on my fucking clipboard. Hold on, this is fucking insane. Is that connected to shoot at will at all?
Shoot at will in what sense?
This idea that like,
God,
I
the
fucking
song.
got distracted in the time that
It's all good. No,
I thought you said shoot out will, as in William,
shoot at will.
but it's shoot at will. But it sounded like he said shoot out will. Who's shoot out will? Like some cowboy named Shoot Out Will? Hey, look, everybody, come on now. Shoot Out Will's in town. Woohoo.
My name's Shoot Out Will.
Shoot Out Will of Noontown. All right.
And I want to know what you think of me.
So he's got notes for songs there. So he's obviously come prepared. I mean, nothing prepared like the Big Daddy gal. I mean, but he's actually got notes there for like, because he's trying to bring it back to songs and stuff. But that shows he's done a lot of homework, which is good.
I just wanted to make sure I answered your question properly.
No, I want to properly connect it. I mean, one, awareness, right? But like even this idea that like you repeat this line, history is pulling you back.
Mm-hmm.
There's awareness there that's attached to one's actions, others' actions around you, being accountable for those actions.
Mm-hmm.
Even this idea, the physical action of putting your hands up and essentially kind of like
do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah.
Take what you got to take.
That's it.
I'm at your mercy. You know what I mean? For sure. And that's what that song's about. Yeah. Accepting that for sure. And having that level of acceptance, like whatever comes can come and I'll just move with it.
Fucking terrifying.
Yeah. But also freeing and very like empowering.
How does it make its way into a record, a song?
Sorry?
How does that feeling, that idea make its way into this song? Like where does it begin for you in life that you need to write a song called Shoot at Will?
Yeah, it's tied into feelings of uncontrollable feelings, like not being able to necessarily manage a situation, but just coming to that level of acceptance with it. You know what I mean? Where you're like, it's cool. Like, shoot, will do your worst. I'll take what comes.
But is there something about writing a song about it that gives you some sort of control?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what the whole process of writing is. You know what I mean? It's when you put things into writing and you see it in front of yourself, you're forced to accept that it's reality, rather than it just being a thought in your own mind.
Who's the firing squad?
Huh?
Who is the firing squad?
I hold my hands up for the firing squad. Whoever the firing squad may be at whatever particular moment in life, I feel like there's always a firing squad. Maybe
it can be yourself too.
I
wonder if you'll say that. It can be yourself.
What's the word I'm looking for? A more common, like cool street cred word might be, haters or whatever the fuck. Like I was trying to look for a word
that wasn't haters. You're trying to find a word that wasn't haters.
Stupid. Yeah, I'm not into that. But whatever situation you're in life, there's always going to be people that are holding you accountable for certain things or questioning certain things that you do. So whoever the firing squad may be, you know what I mean, I hold my hands up to them and let them ask what they want to ask. Even maybe you're the firing squad today, you know what I mean?
Connected to what I am or what am I, flipping it. There is something there of like this unrelenting self-acceptance, right? So like this idea that like no matter what, you're going to accept who you are and you take pride in it, even if it means you're going to be judged for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sick place to be in life, eh?
I think so. Yeah, I'm still learning.
He's like, I don't know what I'm asking, man. It's like,
I think so.
I got a question for you. It's a deep, but it's so deep I can't quite articulate the question. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got that.
I'm not a finished article. I'm still growing. I could sit here at 50 and I'm sure I'd say different things,
Yeah, 50.
We have that conversation.
Yeah.
If I'm here.
Oh, all right, cool.
Knock on wood, eh? Yeah. I don't even know if that's fucking real wood. I'll touch some real wood before you get out of here.
Oh, he's touched real wood, all right. Okay, Nate, come on. Let's focus on the Zach, you should know what real wood is. Come on. Come on, brother. It's all right.
We'll get in there. I want to talk about My Woman. Is that cool?
Yeah, of course.
It's a great record too.
Thank you.
Are you explore your relationship? Oh wait, hold on. Before we get into that, is there a xylophone on Alienated?
He's high. Okay, it's official.
Oh yeah, like he's like getting the after effect headache there that's just kicking in.
So can we talk about that song, My Woman?
No, isn't that an album?
Xylophone?
My Woman's an album, isn't it?
Oh, is it an album? Or I think he referred to it as a record, but maybe sometimes that they say that when it's a single or something. I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Remind us. I can't remember every song title. Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
You can hear it. It sounds really good. Okay. Anyway, back to
It might have been Kite's xylophone.
That's what I was wondering, genuinely.
I don't know if it was, but it might have been. I think it was. Like,
He knows. He's the way he's laughing. It's a song. Okay. The way Zayn's looking at him now, I think he kind of knows he's high. I think
I think that was in the house, so that's why I used it.
Okay, so you really are recording all these songs in a room under the stairs.
Yeah.
So like life in your house is going on around you,
Yeah.
and you're just finding time during the day to record.
Yeah. I was like, obviously, a process before even
it's the Harry Potter album. We talked about that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
when Kai was born, you know what I mean? And then on a evening when she was born, like obviously like she would be sleeping in the house, so I had to figure out another space to do things. So I ended up building like a shed in the back garden for a bit, and then we eventually developed it into the cabin that it is now. So yeah, it was just trying to just make this record from that organic place of, you know, my actual existence and habitual surroundings where I was, and feel like I could bring that energy into the music then.
That's the most beautiful way to create, most organic, most authentic.
Yeah, definitely.
Falling asleep.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I think he could have said anything. Yeah, my mother died last year, and I had to wrote the song about her. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
You don't have to dress up, nothing. You know what I mean? You can go in the studio and you with no shoes on, no t-shirt, just chill, like relaxed.
But
live life and make music.
The idea of you like belting and doing all these runs with like just normal life happening around you is pretty sick.
Seth, I appreciate that.
But also like exactly the way this album needs to be made.
Yeah, definitely. In order for it to feel as real as it does, I think. Yeah.
100%. It's her xylophone. Sick. How much of this music was made before she was born compared to after?
It was, I'd say about 50-50. You know what I mean? I had like, actually probably less, probably like maybe 30%, 20-30% before she was born, and then a lot of the record came about, like really became a record like after she was born, I think.
Do you go back and touch songs or rewrite songs that had been done or you thought were done?
Oh, it's okay. No offense to Zach here. Sort of been asked and answered, right? Remember he mentioned this. He already had the songs written, and he almost released it as an album itself with his, and he gave it to a producer / mixer who came in and tweaked some things. So he's already asked and answered this. If I'm not misunderstanding the question.
Yeah. I think that always happens, you know. If I was to
unless he's talking about after it was done with with somebody else, like even a final time. But you get what I'm saying. But yeah,
we lost some songs from Mind of Mine right now, and like speak about them songs. There's so many songs I would love to go and recut today. You know,
really?
Like,
from previous albums,
just
maybe
development. You know, like of I could do this better, I could do that better. But also the other thing is with me, like my team will tell you, like they abuse me for it because like I have this like thing where once I record something, I feel like there's a magic to that moment, right? So especially if I'm writing and it comes from a place of like, I got that idea 30 seconds before and I put it on the mic, and then say I came in 2 weeks later and I did that same thing, it's not going to have the same kind of magic to it, the same kind of conviction of this like this light bulb going off and this is a really good idea, let me say this to you right now on the mic, right? So I record songs and then I'm like, I don't want to go touch that in case I ruin it. You know what I mean? And it takes this magic away from it. It sounds rehearsed, or it feels premeditated, and it doesn't have this.
Okay, Nathan, what's going on? What's happening over there?
No, I'm
Spider
just,
or something?
Just making sure I've got some. It's all good. Yeah, don't worry about it.
You good? Okay, you good to go?
Let me just make sure it's.
What?
I don't even have
Are yours kicking in right now? What's going on?
Yeah, I take marijuana gummies. No, I'm just want to make sure I can I need to be more alert, and I don't want to. I want to give this more attention. That's what I'm. Can I just grab my energy drink so I can come back here? Can you edit this out?
Well, I will. I can't wait to edit this out. This is perfect. Hurry. Sorry, guys. I apologize on behalf of old Whelp and everyone here.
Yeah, everyone's so offended.
They are offended. Well, I didn't say they were offended. That's not the word I was thinking. All right, you ready? Okay. Oh, well,
Go ahead.
no, it sounds like you're urinating under the desk. Yeah. There we go. There we go. It sounds like you have acid in your urine now. Yeah. Good. Okay. All right.
Elitist. That's it. I'm leaving.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Well, she's out of here, just like your dad.
Real cool vibe to it that comes from just being expressive in the moment. You know what I mean?
So how do you figure that out with bringing in a producer who's going to maybe ask you to recut things and or like?
But the thing is, he didn't.
Really?
He didn't ask me to recut one vocal.
Holy shit. So you really had, this album was really done before he touched it.
He mastered my vocal and made it sound pretty as fuck. You know?
Dude,
He's
it's
amazing
crazy.
at it, but
Yeah, you're right.
the
He did ask
vocals I
us
never
already.
recut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Again,
is
for
a repeat.
It's okay. He's had a long day. Zach's had a long day.
Dave Cobb. No, once we started working, I didn't touch my vocal again.
Wow. That's really great.
Because I wanted it to feel that way. You know what I mean? I wanted it to feel as raw and as authentic as it could. And the only way I could do that, I felt, was like by me recording that, you know, like being across it and doing it myself. Like
It feels like a lot of these songs are like recorded with you and musicians in the room in one take. Like that's what it gives. Like
Yeah.
it very much gives like very much one take and you did it.
yeah, a lot of the sentiment behind the records were that, you know, I wanted it to feel like it was one vibe, a live
Intimate.
song. And we
Intimate
don't
is the word.
Make anything perfect. We just keep it the way it is.
You did a great, it worked.
Thank you.
Yeah. Goal accomplished.
Thanks.
Fuck yeah. Back to my woman. This is,
Zay laughing. I think Zay's getting a kick out of Zach here. I think he's kind of enjoying it. I think he's the way he's. I really like Zayn's laugh. It's adorable. He's got that very quiet, and I don't mean quiet as in subtle, like, but he's got that sense of humor. You know, it's there. You know, he's catching this. I think he's smirking. This is like Zayn smirking a little bit underneath, like, because he knows. I think they're friends in real life. I think they're going to talk afterwards, and Zayn's like, "How high are you, buddy?" But he wouldn't do it to him on camera. Like he would.
No.
it seems to me that you're talking about an actual woman, but there are moments throughout the record and throughout the album where you do explore your relationship with alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And that is touched upon in this song.
Mm-hmm.
So are you talking about a woman or are you talking about booze?
I think that's the thing about music, right? Like it can be taken however anybody wants to take it. I was talking about specifically in that situation, I'm talking about my woman. I'm not talking about alcohol.
See, that's good. I like that he said, like, sure, when I wrote the song, it was about a girl, about a lady. Cool. But I don't want my listeners to be trapped in that. Just whatever it means to you.
Yeah. If people want to take it that it's about alcohol and that means something to them, awesome. Like, that's a real like a fruit for musicians and creators alike when they create something, whether it's poetry or art or even music, that people get what they can out of it, and that, you know, if it does that for a lot of people, then it's successful. So that's essentially what he's saying here.
Because we have some artists on our channel that we personally enjoy and we love listening to it. But sometimes we get comments, usually it's on YouTube, of course, where people say, "You got this wrong, got that wrong." I'm like, I think you're missing the point of what music's supposed to be like. There's no There's no right or wrong. It's just Zayn's proof, right? At least Zayn, and I'm Team Zayn on this.
Mhm.
No, sure, I wrote about a woman, but it's whatever the listener is feeling. Like there's no right answer about music, or sorry, wrong answer, or whatever. Just the answer is your enjoyment, what you brought from it. I don't think there's any artist like you better. Hey, I'm about to sing this song live to you guys. If you don't know what the song's about, leave the concert venue right now. But fans get really bent out of shape if you don't get the lyrics right away.
Yeah. And like you say, it kind of depends on the artist, because there are some that are very like,
we won't say
very
who, of course,
specific thing. But there's others that where it keeps it wide open. By the way, that is called formalism in the art world.
What is, in what way? Sorry, what is the
formalism? Art for art's sake. So there's no it kind of no, is it formalism, or am I getting that wrong?
I'm
anyway,
not sure.
It throws away the whole concept of that things have to be a certain meaning, and that there's only one interpretation, and it dismisses that and just says like just look at it as art. It's its own thing. Look at art for its own sake, not for the. But what does it mean? What is the one interpretation? Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I like that. Formalism.
I'm probably wrong on that.
No, well, but I get the point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alcohol. I'm talking about dealing with situations using alcohol. You know,
forgetting her.
Yeah, forgetting her. Yeah, and using alcohol as the replacement. You know what I'm saying?
How It Feels. Great record. Where are you at when you write it?
Sad. Yeah. Where was I at?
No, that's the you.
yeah, that's funny. Zayn's a little bit like he answered it correctly, but he doubted himself. Are you talking about where I physically was located or emotionally where I was at? But he got it right. But Zach's about no, you got it right. I meant emotionally. Zayn's being like he's really kind of. I'm going to use a word here. It's weird for a man to use. He's being kind of cute here. I like how he's like, oh wait, were you talking about like where was I physically located?
The emotional state.
Yeah.
I was sad. Yeah. Is that enough of it?
Yeah.
Explanation.
Totally okay. Does that?
Yeah, I was just thinking about things and going through my breakup and situations there. And I think in that song specifically, I'm talking about not being able to explain to the person that you're in love with why it is that you necessarily can't be the best version of the partner that you want to be. And that's a really sad thing.
It is sad. Because you can be.
Yeah.
Right?
I could be, yeah, but I wasn't at that place at that point in my life,
Does a song like this put a period on that story, or is it an ellipses, like a ... and a continuation?
No, it's a period.
It's a period.
It's a period, yeah, at this point, yeah.
Is that something you needed?
Yeah, for sure. I think everybody needs closure, at some point. Like,
is
you
this
just close things off and be like, this is done. I'm done with this. This is the emotion. I got it out, and I can move on from it.
Is this song that closure?
No, I don't think this song's closure. I just think like there's closure in life, in general. Like you get it, and I've moved on from that situation now. But that's how I was feeling at that moment.
It's really, by the way, like the most adult thing is that genuinely is emotional closure attached to a family that will forever have to exist because
okay, that's a good sentence. That's a good sentence. I think in there's been billions of people who've been on this planet who have spoken word beyond grunts and growls of our Neanderthal selves. That is the first time anyone has said those words together. Let's just go back just a bit. I want to hear that again. I don't know what it means, but I want to hear it again.
Closure in life, in general. Like you get it, and I've moved on from that situation now. But that's
tell me if you can track it. Tell me if you. Actually, Nathan, I want to have you rephrase the question to me. I'm Zayn, and I say, sorry, can you just repeat that again? What did you mean by that? And I want you to tell me what he meant by that. Okay.
I was feeling at that moment.
It's really, by the way, like the most adult thing is that genuinely is emotional closure attached to a family that will forever have to exist because you have the most beautiful thing in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can you please rephrase that question for Nathan? I'm sorry. I've had a long day today. Could you say what you meant by that?
Life is a box of chocolates.
Oh, interesting.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah. I love it. Look, I love Zach, but that's what you say when that's what you say when you're high. It sounds really good. It sounds really good in your head, but the sober brains are like.
I love Alina's
You created
quote
this
here.
incredible
The Office.
Yeah, that is so true. That's true.
That's good.
being that is this force of nature.
Hopefully.
She will be. She will be.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, because
she's
you're
a force of nature to me.
Fuck yeah. But she will be to society in this world as she wants to, when she wants to. As she's amazing parents. But like that is maturity. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that's
Definitely, yeah. And you know, like I've said, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but she has given me a lot of them things, you know. She's given me maturity. She's forced my sensibility to become this mature father for her, you know, this good, responsible role model that takes accountability.
We have a Zach Saint translator. It's hard to have closure when you have a child with the woman. I think that's maybe where he was trying to go. Thank you, Kira. we have a Zach Saint translator. Every time Zach asks a question, we'll have Kira translate the question or statement or whatever it is. Yeah,
accountability for their actions and sticks to their word, you know, and proves that my word is bond. You know, like whatever I say, I stand by this. This is who I am.
respect. Do you? I mean, is it?
Respect is another thing. Like, I'm not sure what you said, but it sounded pretty good. So, respect. Nathan, respect.
Yeah, I'll just save that for times when, like, I'll let you go say whatever it is you're gonna say, and then I'll just be like, "Yeah, Ryan, respect."
I do ramble on sometimes, so you can just end that. Respect.
On the list of things that you care about, becoming a person who's ready to be a partner for somebody again one day?
Hopefully, you know, hopefully that comes on the horizon again. I personally, at this point in my life, I've told everybody, you know, around me that is in my life, you know, friends, family, loved ones, people that I might even just be seeing a little bit, you know, dating, not necessarily in a relationship with. That's not where I'm
banging the hotties. Yeah, that's right. Hey, get your freak on, Zayn. You deserve it. Have some fun out there. Just make sure you wrap that puppy up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
In my life, and I'm completely, for the first time in my life, happy and accepting of that. Like, I don't need another person in order to identify myself, you know, or to find myself in them. I'm cool by myself, you know, and I'm okay living on my own clock, on my own time, on my own schedule. And if I do eventually fall in love with someone, it will be something that's beautiful and something that.
So, ladies, is he still single out there for you? So you say there's a chance, all you single ladies in the house? Yeah, he's looking for a woman to fall in love with.
Well, he's saying that he doesn't need one, though. He's saying that, like,
but it could happen. It could happen. He said,
yeah, it's a possible thing, but he's not like, and then once I've found her, then I will be complete. He's saying, like, yeah, that's an option. Yeah.
But I'm saying, you ladies, go start scouring the streets of Pennsylvania. You might bump into him at the farmer's market. That's probably a good place to go. I guarantee you he goes to the farmer's market. So there's no way he's shopping for veggies at Walmart. He's going to the farmer's market.
I wonder if people have had any romantic encounters with Zayn, if they have to do like sign NDAs or anything.
Oh, I think it's almost common for celebrities. Really, I think it is.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You can get. you'd have to be pretty brazen to say something, because you're like, oh, you signed this because it's not worth the money. Just hey, you get to have me or be with me just like that. But if this ever goes public, you've signed this document that you're liable to. It's usually it's like $1 million fine or something like that. Or
oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, that's why you don't. That's actually why you don't hear much. It's not like these celebrities aren't. Of course, they're humans. They're having a good time out there, but there's protection. They have handlers for a reason. Yeah.
50-50, we both want to be there, and we're both as interested in each other as the other one, you know.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and hopefully that'll happen for me at some point in life, you know. I don't know when that is, but I'm not actively searching it. If I find it, I'll let you know. Though.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
In due time, and I smile out of pure joy and happiness, because I think one of the hardest things for somebody to realize is that they don't need somebody else, right?
Yeah.
Like, to find happiness alone in what you have around you and the family that you have grown, and that extends from Kai to the farm to your friends to everything. Like there's security and love and acceptance just with that and what you have.
Yeah, I'm 31 years deep. You know, I've spent a lot of time with this person, and I'm starting to like them. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm cool with this person.
Yeah, it's funny. It was around my mid-30s too, Nathan, where I started to accept who I am a little bit more than ever in my life. It was around the same age. I don't know if there's a correlation to that, but I found that I was finding myself more in my 30s onward. Like I feel like this as I get older now, you start to, I actually do like who I am. I have a lot of work to do, but I've accepted who I am more now than ever.
Interesting. I'm like last 2 years feels like more for me, but yeah, definitely feel a little less like I need someone to define me, or I have to be with someone. Yeah.
No, Nathan, I see you. It wasn't that Dance with Wolves. Was that Dance with Wolves? It was, isn't it? I think it's Dance with Wolves. The I see you. Let me know in the comments.
No, ICU was remember that was one of the first social media platforms.
It was actually ICQ, but
ICQ. That's right. That's what it was.
Yeah, ICQ stands with fists.
Yeah, this is a good one. You know what I mean? Like, if you could pick who you want to be, you know what I mean? Like, I'd pick this. I'd pick this guy. You know, I'd be this person, and I'm happy with that now.
What a beautiful thing to say. Was there a moment in your life where you never thought you could even say that?
Definitely, yeah. I probably would have cringed at myself even thinking about saying it, to be honest. So, yeah, it's free and it's nice.
Beautiful. By the way, that's saying that and being that honest and transparent, but also finding this acceptance and love within, and with external factors weighing into that. That is cool. It isn't cringe.
No, yeah, I think that development, obviously, as you get older, you.
What's he drinking? That's a weird bottle. Is that just water? Or is it
I'm going to go with water. It's
very fancy bottle, though. It doesn't look like a very fancy bottle.
It's intentionally ambivalent. It's hard to tell exactly what it is. So
yeah, it looks like a very fancy schmancy brand.
Understand that, you know what I mean? That is cool. Like, to be that rather than be this like pretentious, closed off version of yourself where you think, if I said this, people are going to judge me, or, you know, whatever. Just be transparent, and you find that when you have faith in other human beings, the love is reciprocated, and they understand you, you know, and they're there with you. They're going through the same human experience as you. You're not
It's like all you need is love, and love is all you need.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
Amazing, special, one-off individual. We're all going through something together, you know.
That understanding.
Yeah, I meant to comment his watch. That watch is probably worth a couple grand at least.
Yeah.
You see that watch on his wrist? It's probably not fake gold. You know what I mean? Like,
Right? That, like, we're all human. We're all going through something. We're all going through something together. Would that understanding have maybe helped bring perspective or clarity to what you were going through when you were in a band?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. You know, no one person's situation is individual. There's always somebody that can relate to it in some which way or form, you know. And, you know, I think the thing was, when we were so young and when we were in the band, we didn't have that level of compassion yet, because we didn't understand life yet. We just were young kids that were just thrown into this situation, you know. And now when I look back at it, I can look at it, you know, in a positive light and be like, you know, all these guys came from similar background to me, you know, they had nothing, they worked their asses off, they wanted to sing, they got thrown in a band, and, you know, we resented each other to a certain degree because we were solo artists that were put in a band and we should
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best way to say it. I've never heard it said like that. We've done the opposite, where they were in a band who became solo artists.
Mm-hmm.
He's absolutely right. There were solo artists put into a band.
Yeah.
Of course, there's competition, not resentment, but competition breeds what it does. And there's maybe a little bit of resentment. Like, he got more singing time than me, or he gets more cheers from the crowd than me. Because Zayn said it's perfectly said. Like, they rightfully so. They all deserve to be solo artists because they were amazing as solo artists, and they were a great fun boy band. But he's recognizing there's just no way we're gonna do this for 30 years. It can't happen.
And think about this: any band that you know where the band started with the intention of, let's build a band, let's make something that we all, you know, want to be a part of, that has that initial impetus already there, right? Like, you can always go back to that, like, yeah, but I wanted to be in a band. It's not like I wanted to go on my own solo all the time. I wanted this band that I'm in now. And I know that they signed up for X Factor, that they were going to get put into this band. And that's just it just started to happen that way. But I don't know how much of them actually wanted that right from the beginning, right? I think they enjoyed what came from that. Harry definitely talks about enjoying, you know, the journey. But great example there, Alina. Like, Five Sauce is a great example. They wanted to be in and they still want to be in a band, right?
That's right. Or McFly, or those guys,
There's the intention was the root reason for being in the band, as opposed to like, I guess this will work, right?
Yeah. Well, they were given something that, put this way, if they all said no, or one of them said no to that opportunity, then they're saying no to the future selves of them now, if that makes sense. I think they even kind of knew, like, this is better than nothing.
Yes.
Because if I say no to this group, I'm out of the competition, period. So no one's going to see me. I will be known, but so it's better than nothing, which turned out to be, it was a good gamble. It worked in their favor, absolutely. Yeah. But it can't last. It just won't last. 40 years later, 40-year anniversary of One Direction. Like, they're not going to be 60 doing. Yeah,
you gotta wait.
It should have never been a competition. It should have always been a camaraderie, and we should have always been there for each other and had each other's backs. You know, so I think that's just a development over time. Again, you know what I mean? Like, I've become a more compassionate, caring person for other people, and the thing that I learned is I could have done that earlier. You know,
of course, but. You also can't hate the person you were, as you were just a child evolving and growing.
That's true.
Just a young person learning.
Literally. You can't learn until you do. Right? Like, you have to fucking trip and fall before you can, like, understand why and get back up.
Exactly, yeah.
Run again. It's interesting. Because, like, everything happens for a reason. And this album is a beautiful body of work.
Thank you.
That you got to listen to. There's going to be a link below, so please listen.
Oh, you looked right at us. It scared me for a second. Right. Yes, we will, Zach. I promise we'll listen to the album. In fact, we reacted to the whole thing. Get with the program.
Listen to it. Gates of Hell.
It's really kicking in.
Yeah.
What are the gates of hell?
Gates of Hell.
He's smiling. Look at the way he's smiling here. I think.
He's kind of like, oh boy.
Yeah. I think he's seeing what we're seeing. I think he's trying not to laugh. I think.
Yeah, because he's kind of like,
gates of hell.
What
are the gates of hell?
Yeah, I was going to get asked about this. Gates of Hell is the idea that you're at the shittest place, you know, like that you could be at, like in a situation, like it's just the gates of hell, right? What gets worse than that? Like you're at this place of just turmoil, you know what I mean? Internally with yourself, like, I don't like you very much, but I keep going on with your shit is the hook in that song, you know, and that's exactly.
That's what Nathan wrote a song about me last night called Gates of Hell. Now I understand, Nathan.
What I'm talking about. The whole idea behind that song was meant to be like, you just went to a bar you just broke up with your girlfriend and you had a few drinks and you just spoke your mind. Like that was the intention behind it, you know?
Is that what you did?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I had a few drinks and I wrote that song. Yeah, just completely honest.
So fucked, I can't feel my face. No, a couple people might call me a disgrace, but fuck them. I ain't looking up. Ain't never been one to give me a second look.
Ain't ever been one to give a second look.
That's it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Well, actually, it's very interesting. Like, there's just a different word or two difference, but Zayn caught it right away. Like, he knows his words.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's actually very telling. I don't know if I could repeat to you what I wrote. You know, that's very telling that Zayn knew right away that you got the line wrong, and he wanted to correct it, not to correct Zayn, but to correct the audience, make sure they heard it correctly, right? But wow, he picked that up right away. Holy smokes!
Great record.
Thank you.
Is there a strategy behind the order of this album?
Yeah, they all like sonically play into each other. Like they play one after the other in a nice manner, but they also have some sentiment behind, you know, like the idea. So that song, obviously, the song that comes after is then the morning after. You know what I mean? Like, so this is like,
Totally.
I'm drunk, and then I wake up. Oh, last night I didn't know where I was, you know, up, down, or sideways. Like, but I'm frowning anywhere because I'm hungover from last night, and that was what I was going through. You know what I mean?
Birds on a cloud. False starts. What is a false start?
A false start. I think the idea behind that is, you know, the false start at the beginning of the race. You know, the gun went off and you started running, but it wasn't really the start yet. And I felt like that was something that kind of summed up, I guess, my first introduction to being a solo artist to where I was at now. You know, felt like I.
Interesting. He maybe thinks maybe I jumped a little too. Maybe I jumped a bit too soon.
Yeah,
like I want to race. I'm here to race. I'm on the starting line, but maybe I jumped a little too soon. Maybe I'm just speculating here, but the possibility could be maybe I should have finished the tour. Maybe who knows what his thoughts are. But
in the military, we call that flinching.
Oh, isn't there a game you play with your buddy? If you, what is it again? If you make them flinch, you get the bag tag them. How does that work again? You know what I'm talking about? You know,
Never played that with you.
Okay, so. I guess I just want to grab it for no apparent reason. No, there's like if you make them flinch, like you flinch, then you get to punch them. They flinch.
Well, there's
like,
the one where you can do like
knuckle. Yeah, that's the one. That's right. If you flinch, you get a free knuckle. That's right.
You get like a free hit.
Yeah. What a great game. We should like break each other's knuckles. It's like I love how games when we were a kid just involved pain. It's like,
we used to punch each other all the time, or like nipple twist, or like definitely the like. I don't know if I ever did this with you, where you like grab back here.
Yeah. Oh, I hate. No, you. What do you mean? I don't know if you do it to this day. It's the worst. You and Becky both do that. And I hate you both for it. It's the worst part of the body.
I hate you both for it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Just that same level. Everything. Ridiculous.
Hit the ground running and then just kind of stopped. You know, so it was a false start, and here I am with a new one.
Why'd you stop for the first time?
I think I just took my foot off the pedal a little bit, especially with the promotion and, you know, like interviews and things like this. Like, I just was not interested in it at all. Like,
it sucks.
It doesn't suck, actually.
I know.
I just wasn't interested because I wasn't in the place to sit and talk.
So it sucks. It doesn't suck, actually. Oh, yeah. No, it doesn't suck, actually.
No offense, Zach, but I love you, brother. But it's okay to have him correct you. It's just say okay, or just say, oh, how so? Yeah, tell me why you feel that way, because it's okay to feel differently than the person you're interviewing. But just say how so. He's about to tell him, but I want to go back. I want to catch it again. It's fine. Oh shoot, it's so hard. There we go. I think I got it.
Like interviews and things like this. Like, I just was not interested in it at all. Like,
it sucks.
It doesn't suck, actually.
I know.
I just wasn't interested in it because I wasn't in the place to sit and talk like this now, you know? But, you know, these things you live and learn from, and you realize that in this situation here, the job that I'm doing, they want to know you, you know? They want to know, is this person a good person? Like, we live in a world now where people really want to know every single thing about you, you know, and that's not necessarily who I am. I'm not an extrovert. I don't give everything to everybody. I keep a lot of stuff to myself. So it was
basically it's like I'm out there promoting myself, but I don't really like talking about myself. It's this weird conundrum where, you know, I want to let people know about the record, and I understand these are interviews, and they're like, so Zayn, who's in your life right now? What are your thoughts process? It's like, oh, I just listen to the album.
Yeah.
I get it. He doesn't want to share everything, but he seems definitely healthier and happier now. But there was a time where it was a bit of a drag. Yeah. Yeah.
Me to transition into that place where I was like, yo, this is okay. I'm cool with this, you know? And also accepting that I want a successful career, you know? I'd never been able to even say that. Like, oh yeah, I want my music to do really well. Like, it felt like weird to me to say that. I was like, oh yeah, just like put it out and see what happens. And I had this like this like cool like cutthroat edge with things, you know what I mean? Like, just clinical, it is what it is. I don't care. But really I did, you know?
There's armor there, right?
I really appreciate his honesty. That's really refreshing to see. He's like, you know, look, you're lying if you're an artist and you're like, I don't want anyone to listen to this. It's like we'll use our channel. Like Nathan and I want to be authentic, and that's one of our brands is that we're authentic. So we kind of recognize that sometimes being authentic will drive people away. And but we have to be true to ourselves. But we'd be lying if we didn't also say it'd be nice if we had 100 times the numbers. Like it would be a lie to say otherwise. But we're not changing who we are. But saying the same thing. I'm not. He's like, I'm not changing who I am. But yeah, I'd be lying to say I wouldn't mind if my record sold a couple. You know, that's nice. That feels good to have Mexico City sold out or whatever. It feels good, right? Of course, it feels good.
Yeah,
like
for
sure.
Definitely do care.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Self-defense.
Totally, by like stepping away, like kind of relinquishing control.
If I don't care, then therefore it's not going to hurt me, right?
Totally.
Exactly. But there's something cooler about being hurt and caring.
Because if you're hurt,
I like that. That's awesome. I'm really. What's the word for reflecting? Yeah, because I love how he's saying, if I have the I don't care, it doesn't hurt me. I don't care, it doesn't hurt me. But he says it's kind of cooler to care and be hurt. It's a bit more of a human experience, maybe. The idea that
who is it that said something like that? It feels like Taylor Swift, just at the top of my head. She said something about how she'd rather. Oh, I'm going to butcher it. So hopefully the Swifties that'll come in here and get all upset if I said it wrong. But something along the lines of like it's like being vulnerable and being more like getting hurt by that is harder to do, but it's who she is. Like she kind of doubles down on saying like, that's who I am. And I think that's kind of a little bit of what he's saying here.
Yeah, it's okay to be who you are. There's no right or wrong. If you are somebody, and Nathan, you're a little bit more like this, and I don't want to speak for you, but like if it thinks quote unquote don't bug you, that's okay. That's okay. That's who you are. Yeah. So the experience is always who you are. Like we don't have to be somebody you're not to appease somebody who's a different way. Like, oh, good, you're like me. Good, we could be friends now. Well, yeah, no, we all experience life differently at the end of the day. And but I like how Zayn's like, you know what? This is who I am. This is the theme of him saying at 31. I'm starting to like who I am. Yeah.
You can do something about it. Yeah.
Yes. Channel that into something tangible.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, by the way, it's so interesting that you say that, like, now people want to know all of you. And I was thinking to myself, like, when I say interviews suck, I thought to myself instantly when you're in the band and you're doing, dude, I mean, some days you could have done 8 interviews in a day. Right? Like, I mean, more. I mean, you did crazy radio rooms. You guys would split up and do separate things. And the goal was as many outlets as humanly possible all the time. Yeah. Saturation. But for as many interviews as one would do then, they were all puddle deep, right? The most shallow little things.
That's true.
So it's like
very true.
Demanding and as intensive as it was and like kind of not thought-provoking, but also thought-provoking because
it's kind of mind-numbing. So we did a lot of nothing. You're like, yeah, we're on tour here in the city. Come see us. Yeah, this is our 3rd album. Yeah, we don't have any girlfriends right now. Yeah.
Same question. Oh, you got some new tattoos. Yeah, this one means this.
Yeah, this is our hairstyles now. Yeah, this is our
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's the weirdest thing a fan's done to you? Yeah, girls, women, grow up in us. Who has a girlfriend?
Yeah.
You have to think when
but also real trivial. You know what I mean?
That's it.
And like soul draining.
100%.
Yeah.
Sometimes like trivial shit like sucks energy out of you more than like this.
than this for sure. Yeah, this is engaging. This is beneficial. Feels like you're actually having an actual discussion, having a conversation where you're getting to a point of like understanding somebody rather than what's your favorite color? Who's your favorite celebrity crush?
Spin the wheel or some bullshit. Yes.
Like, okay, like we've done this a million times. Like, is there anything else you want to know about me? Like, besides what I eat for dinner? You know what I mean?
And the answer was like no back then.
Yeah, nah. So yeah, it was a lot of that, and that, you know, helped. And sorry, not helped, but like made it more of a negative experience for me. You know what I mean? And I had that taste in my mouth. You know what I mean? When I left and was still solo artist, I still remembered that. You know, and I didn't want to go back into that pool straight away. I was like, I'm cool. Like, I'll bide my time. But like I said, I learned, you know what I mean, that it's vital for me to come and represent myself as me, because all people do know of me is this guy that was in this band. So they should get to know me. You know what I mean?
And by the way, you can do the right stuff that you want to do, right? Like you've picked the right environments.
And I can do these kind of
Yes.
you know, interviews and have these kind of conversations where, you know, people get that insight and get to know me. Yeah.
Us, Alex Cooper, Sean Evans. Yes. Yes.
Alex Cooper was the Call Me Daddy podcast.
Oh,
That's her name,
okay.
I think.
That's her
I think
name.
that's her name. Yeah.
I thought he said Alice Cooper.
No, I think I know her name's very similar, but I think it's
Okay.
he hasn't been interviewed by Alice Cooper yet. That's an interview I'd love to see. That would be so much fun.
But really great company to be in, by the way, but also the right places to go and like, I don't know, just be yourself.
Yeah.
And, do you make your way?
That's
all the way
another
with
word
those
salad.
wings or
Yeah.
whatever?
What'd you say?
Did you eat all the wings?
All the hot ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Them all. Yeah.
You did?
Oh, he did. Did we do the Zayn Hot Wing one? I think we did. Yeah, we did. Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We did. Yeah. That was
Yeah.
a good one. Yeah.
Is it painful?
A little bit. Yeah.
That's my version. Okay.
It's a whole different meaning.
It's a whole different fiery sensation. Damn. Concrete Kisses is beautiful. By the way, attached to
Hey, I poop out of my ass when I have hot wings. Hey, Cockring was a good song. That's a good segue.
Birds on a Cloud, this is another really great meaning, right? Like this idea that you've been kissed by the concrete from falling so many times.
Yeah.
Falling over what? Or just everything?
Just think falling in life, you know, the concrete constantly kisses you. Let's take it as a kiss rather than a fall.
I never thought of that.
You can learn from that, right? There's positivity in that.
Yeah, I like the contrast, you know what I mean, of this like idea of something that is seen as, you know, an interaction or expression of love, but it having this real like hard edge to it, you know what I mean? Imagine being kissed by the concrete. I'm sure it doesn't feel too great.
Falling in love and falling.
So, as some of our viewers may or may not know, I am a one-wheel rider,
Oh, all right.
and I've been kissed by the concrete many a time.
Yeah. Do you still? What's the last time you do that? Have you done much of this summer? I don't recall.
Just did it yesterday, actually.
Oh, how did that go?
Oh, it's good. Like my one wheel's getting older, so it
Just like the
need
rider.
I need to upgrade it a little bit, but no, I enjoy it. It's a nice freeing way to just kind of like
Yeah, I would like to
cruise.
try it. Well, you know, I'd like to try it one day, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I end up getting another one, then
No. I'm I'm too old. I will kiss the car. We'll do it on grass. Can I go on grass?
yes,
Okay,
that's
so
the way to-
practice
Well,
on the schoolyard.
I've like had you practice a little bit with me, like holding you. While you
Oh,
were
yeah,
doing
that's
it.
right. I did. It was weird. It's weird.
It is weird, but once you get a little bit used to it and get some confidence with it, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
That's what she said.
Right. I've been to the hospital twice.
No, see, yeah.
Quite literally.
With the pain of it.
Yeah, because it is painful. But is that how you know it's love? Or
That sounds like my wedding night. Was that anything?
No.
That joke is cool.
I love it.
What's that, Nathan?
Sorry.
I don't know how you know what love is. That's a real deep question. It's hard, you know. I think love comes in many different forms.
Oh yeah.
In love with somebody it's a whole different kind of complicated, you know. There's so many variables that go into it. Like you can never really pinpoint, I think, what is love.
It's
I
true.
think there's
'cause
ways
Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me.
What is love?
you can show love, you can express it. And that's our human understanding of it. But what is love? It's an intangible thing, right? We can't hold it in our hands. It's not something that exists.
And it's forever.
But we try. We also invite others. We also invite others to do the same. All right.
It's forever changing.
Exactly.
It's in your
That
face.
is
but
one
you
thing
can't
that I
grab it.
realized is like, I think
Yeah, that's right.
love is taking on new definition.
Hey, what's happened to
Like,
the
in
shirt?
Moments where
See, that shirt was on his chin there. He put his shirt at his chin. It's dropping down now. Just as
I missed it.
He did this. He did this. He was.
I thought maybe I was in love, but then I actually fall in love, and I realized that what I had before wasn't real love or a
That's what I mean,
version
because
of
the
love.
perspective changes it, right?
Yeah,
Over
yeah,
time.
totally.
Like you look back on it with new eyes and you're like, well, maybe I wasn't in love there, but that's time.
That's it.
So is it love or is it life experience? You know what I mean? That we are going through. Who knows? We're just in these situations we look back on.
I think Zayn's realizing I'm explaining things to him, but he's not. I think Zayn's laughing at the way you would laugh at your friend. Like it's not laughing at like haha, like but he's finding it funny that his friend is a little bit high, and he's explaining the answer to Zach, but he's like, "You're not getting anything I'm saying." But
Yes.
I have to speak to the audience, and so
Yeah, I'm talking to the audience now,
Yeah,
not to Zach. Yeah.
Different eyes, it's a complete different situation.
Do you look back at what you've come from and go, I was in love?
I think like when you ask me what is love, I think the reason that's hard for me to answer that question is I don't know if I've ever actually truly been in love. Yeah,
Ooh.
at this point.
You could say you were in love with Kai, you love Kai.
Yeah, but that's different.
Totally different.
Yeah, I'm in love with her as my child, like in love with somebody who is complete separate
Sexual
entity.
love,
They're not
or
my
yeah,
family. I
Yeah.
have no blood with them. Like I'm in love with this person. I don't know.
It's interesting.
Now that's interesting. Yeah, it is interesting. I wonder if he maybe doesn't even understand. Like he might be having a hard time identifying, even though he may like. If you were to step into his body, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, this is love, Zayn. Like you are in love," but maybe he doesn't even understand what that is. If that makes sense. Like if you were to feel what he was feeling, you'd be like, "Oh no, Zayn, that's being in love with somebody." But he's having. It's interesting that he feels, like, at least he feels that he's never been in love.
Yeah. But I mean,
Wow.
he's also said that he's at a place where he's comfortable not needing someone in order to feel complete. So
Yeah, he's asexual, not sexual, but asexual when it comes to relationships. So of course, he enjoys sex, enjoys that, but he's saying,
like, do I need someone in order to complete me?
share a meal with, grow old with, yeah, and that's fine. That's a totally legitimate way to be as well. Of course.
Yeah. I mean, you can be that introverted. Like that's just it. Being so introverted that like other people around you create more, disturbance or difficulty than actual like fixing any problem. Yeah, that's a thing too.
Oh, sorry.
Because like there are, I think, some things that could be shared, right? Like this idea that you want Kai to be the best version of herself. You want that for any partner. This idea that you reprioritize the people you love, right? And you put them before oneself. There are some common threads, but it is a totally different love. It's interesting.
Yeah,
Well, let me know when it comes your way, okay?
I will too.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. Speaking of love, something in the water. What's in the water?
Something in the water is
Can I have some?
I felt like because the record was so in this like folk R&B space that I needed
Sex it up a
So
little
we
bit?
call that.
something that was a bit zen, you know what I mean? Like it's something that is like, yo, Zayn can still sing these songs too, I'm still down for the R&B vibes, and
Interesting.
I'm still into the sexy vibes, so that's what that was.
That's
pretty
part of his
much,
identity. Yeah.
Yeah, make love to this.
Yeah,
It works.
give you something to break it up a little bit.
It's good. It's like it is like the right moment in the album where it doesn't deviate, but it just gives you that energy that, again, like
It gives you a different mood,
Yes.
for a little right amount of time, and then you come back into what the rest of the record is.
100%. What do you want somebody to learn about you from listening to this album?
That's a good question.
I like all different types of music, and I enjoy writing. I'm a grown person that's living a human experience. And I don't think I'm anything better than anybody else.
What'd you learn about yourself?
Interesting.
We kind of called that when we talked about how his, like, this different, sound that he's exploring here, how we felt like, oh, this is really a lot more who we think Zayn is. But interesting that he says that it's about trying to get that out there, that he's not pigeonholed into one sound, right?
Yeah.
And I think he likes that sort of R&B sexy sound that he talked about with Something in the Water, but that he's like open enough to say, like, I've got lots of interests, and I want people to know that I'm not just a one trick pony.
For making this album,
Um,
are there any common threads?
I think I knew a lot of things that are in this album before I made this album, but I managed to express it through, the things that I'm saying in the record. So I don't know if I learned anything specifically. I think I just resonated with the fact that, like we were saying, like that I'm not a perfect person, and I'm cool with that. Like, it is what it is. No one's perfect, and that's okay. Like, to be imperfect is probably better.
That is so freeing.
I like that. Being imperfect is probably better. That's an interesting. I mean, I've just never heard it said like that. That's actually I don't think I've ever heard that term before.
Philosophical, yeah.
Being imperfect is probably better. I have a interesting thought experiment very, very, very quickly, Nathan. The idea, you've heard the course determined within religion or even Buddhists, is that we're all gods, right? The idea that we are all gods, we're all part of the universe, we all share this. If you think about it, this is an interesting philosophical thought. It doesn't mean this is what I believe or what others believe, but the thought experiment is pretend you are a god, pretend you are in that spectrum of understanding, wisdom, knowledge, power. What would a god experience then? So what I'm getting at is, you could almost argue, I want to experience the unknown. I want to experience fear, hunger, pain, joy, the opposites of life. The only way you're going to do that is we got to put a veil over your face and go live life. And that's this is the playground of the gods, in that like, you are a god. Yeah. But not that it gets boring, but in order to, punch yourself or get punched or stub your toe, you can't do that when you're up there, right? Like, you do it here. And so being imperfect is sort of an experience in itself. The idea that you fall short, you don't know, or you study, you grow, you learn, you struggle, you breathe hard, you sweat, you toil. I don't know. It's an I heard that explained, like, the idea that if you were a god, what is their playground? How do they have fun? Well, let's take a ride down there and see what it's like, and then we'll talk about it after how we did.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just recently watched, just before we did this, the Charlie Chaplin, the Great Dictator speech.
Yeah, of course, that's a great.
And he has some really interesting points in there that I hadn't really picked up on before, that have to do with like you're not cattle, you're free, you can create, you can make things like gods. Like he kind of like implies that, like, we have this capacity to be, better than who we are, meaning that we can, that happens right now, wherever you're at, wherever place you're at. So that's kind of a crossover, like, yes, imperfectly, but like, certainly we have that capacity to make and create right now. It's not
listen to that again.
Yeah.
It's been a while. So it's one that was good. It's always good to revisit that speech. It's such a
I have an idea. I'll share with you after.
Boy, write that down. The more business after this recording. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, you got stuff to do. Anyway,
how do you define success? How do you define success?
Define success. It's hard for me because a lot of people will always phrase that question and be like, "What was the definitive moment that you realized you were successful?" I don't think there is a definitive moment. I think I gained them feelings of success in small, short bursts, you know? Like, I did this song. This felt great. I felt accomplished doing this. And that's why I need to constantly drive and push myself to get better, because I only get it in short bursts of like, oh, feeling accomplished, you know, I did this. And then as soon as I've done that, I'm thinking about the next thing I want to do in order to get that sense of accomplishment again. But in terms of like made it, I don't think I'll ever say that about myself ever as I'm alive. Like, I don't think anybody's ever truly made it. Life is an experience. And it, like we said, it's time, you know, people like me right now, 5, 10 years, 15, 20 years, I'm cool and realistic enough with myself that I can accept that people might not give a fuck anymore about me or care, you know what I mean? And,
well, oh my gosh, he has said literally, I'm going to say this, I don't care, because we're talking about One Direction. It's One Direction adjacent. Yeah. Certainly one of somebody he was close with. I don't know how close they are now, but Harry Styles. We said on one of our videos, we've done so many Harry Styles. I made the comment that there's going to come a time when Harry Styles will not draw the numbers that he draws now. It will naturally end. Mm-hmm. Elvis Presley ended. The Beatles ended. One Direction ended. You name the artist, it ends. To a certain degree, it plateaus, meaning the next tour isn't going to be 5 times the membership, or at some point it'll either plateau or dip. Mm-hmm. And that's what he's saying right there, is that at what point are you, when you sell out 1 million stadiums, 2 million, like at some point it has to cease. There's no peak. You have to just to be happy with the journey, the life. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what Zayn's saying. Of course, he's saying it better than me. He's saying, I'm good with the fact that 15 years from now, people won't give a flying F about me anymore. I'm okay with that. And we know that about our channel. We've seen our channel, as small as it is, but the same trajectory. It goes ebbs and flows. People like us, then they hate us. People get bored, or they get bored, and that's fine. But we don't stop. We're not trying to be successful that way. Like, okay, Nathan, I think we're going to stop at 100,000 subs or whatever. No, it's just, the idea is that people come and go. You have to be happy with yourself.
No, I agree. He's echoing what others have said. Like, I feel like, is it maybe it's Louis that said something very similar, where, because Louis he's not chasing the next big carrot.
Idea. No,
right? He's kind of in this place where he's just happy with where things are going for him, and he'll just keep on doing what he's doing. And to a certain degree, Niall is the same, right?
Sure.
Yeah, just it's fascinating that that's where they've kind of landed in their own sensibility, and they're not alone. There's a lot. I've heard a lot of like celebrities on talk shows and that sort of thing.
Of course,
they're like, no, I don't need to make the next big movie, or
just have fun doing what you're doing. And that's, again,
enjoy the journey. Yeah.
Regarding our dumb little channel, but that's been our philosophy too. Like, we're not doing this. Okay, Nathan, we got to like, subscribe, better. We got the next chase next. No, we're always trying to improve and have fun, but we want to improve ourselves and have, but that's part of the journey. That's the goal, is to improve ourselves.
Yeah.
But the numbers don't lie, Nathan. Nobody likes us.
That's cool. Like, so you just got to push yourself to get better constantly in order to keep people's attention and, keep people interested. But that's on you, like, you got to make it interesting.
So 2 questions. The sense of accomplishment that you're feeling from making this album, finishing these songs, did you have that same sense of accomplishment when you were doing the first era of solo stuff?
Definitely not. No, yeah. That's developed too. The sense of accomplishment is greater because I had a greater involvement. I put more work into it, So yeah, it's interesting. You said, what is define success to me, you said, right? Success is a weird thing. I think it's dependent on people's perception, like what they think or rate as success. And for me, a lot of things that people see as successful, I don't rate them things. So having money, being famous, people knowing who you are, like having a nice car, having a nice house, like, I don't rate them things. That's not what I did this for. I'm just an artist that needs to create, like, and it's like an incessant, like, desire that takes over me that I need to express these feelings, and I need to sing and I need to paint. It's not for the end result, you know what I'm saying? I don't do it for like, oh, what are people going to say about this? It's more, I need to do this, you know?
Everything is just like a byproduct.
And then whatever comes after.
Yeah.
That's, on the other people's perception of what they think of it.
The ripple effect
That's
doesn't
said like a true
influence
artist.
How do you mean?
Like true artists, when you look at like over the years, there's plenty of examples of this where an artist, let's just take a famous one, I want to say Michelangelo. I don't even know if that's the one that I've heard this story from, but there's lots of repeatable stories that are very similar, where the artist makes things, beautiful things, and then they get commissioned. So they're like, we want to pay you to make this thing. And then they end up making something that's subpar. Like it's not nearly as good as the stuff that they were making when they were just doing it for its own sake. And artists really need to be in that space where there's not this like carrot that they're chasing after. It's because it's for its own sake. It's for its own like fulfillment. And when they do that, when they get to that space, the stuff that they make is much more artistic. And we've seen that over and over again with certain artists where they start out in that kind of chasing the carrot phase. And then when the money and the fame and everything comes, and they go through that like up and down phase, and then they just go like, I just want to make stuff. I don't want to like keep doing what everyone wants me to do. And then it's more artistic, maybe not as like widely accepted, like to make it, everybody likes it, but it certainly is far more artistic and far more expressive of who they are. Yeah.
Well said.
I don't care about it. Yeah.
So how many songs do you write before you narrow it down to the 15 that we get?
I think for this record, I wrote about 16, 17.
Got it.
It's not bad. Like,
because I really went in, like on my other records, like I think I ended up writing like 50, 60 for some of them, for like, for Mind of Mine. Yeah. Not for Mind of Mine, sorry, for Icarus Falls.
Yeah.
And then I whittled that down to like, I think about, I don't even know how many songs are on that all in all, but there was a lot of songs. And then Nobody's Listening, I think I did about 30 songs for, and I ended up doing like 11 songs on the record, I think. So this was way less, the amount that I wrote, but the content was way higher, It was quality over quantity.
Yeah,
How often
there you
are
go.
you
Painting. I'd stopped for a little bit, but I just got back into it like a couple of weeks before I came out here. Just felt like I needed to start painting again. I just had this desire to want to get a few things on canvas. So.
What do you paint?
I'm painting J. Cole's KOD album cover for my friend, because he asked me to paint it for him, because I like doing like cartoon stuff, like real bright, vivid colors, like cartoony looking things.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it in kind of my style, but I'm painting that at the minute. It's looking pretty good. Like I'm pretty proud of it. It's sick.
Oh, cool.
Wait, so I want to see your work.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah,
some
please,
point.
please, please.
Yeah.
please. So like, when you say cartoony, like, what
Do you
what
have
are
it there
doing?
now?
Like cultural pieces, like pop culture pieces? Are you doing anything in
Just it's in more stylistically cartoony looking. You know what I mean? Like big bold black lines and big
like he was
bright
gonna
colors,
pull something
caricature
up.
stuff.
It looked like it was about to pull
overly
something up.
exaggerated
Maybe on his
features,
phone,
drawing
maybe?
faces and
Oh, I
things
love
like
it.
that. Yeah.
Oh fuck! I've probably in the last like 3 years I've grown a real deep fond appreciation for art. I mean, like physical art, and I think I've always appreciated and had a deep appreciation for someone who can create something out of nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for that to come from a vulnerable place. So like when you're painting something, do you go into a different zone or a trance, or are you cautious and conscious of what you're doing?
I don't know if it's a trance. I just enjoy painting. It's a place of creation and freedom, And the thing is with art, there's no right or wrong,
True.
It's just expression. So I think that's what I enjoy about it. I like the idea that there's no right and wrong there. You can just do what you want.
So do you think about it when you're doing it?
Kind of, but I've painted and drawn for like my whole life pretty much, as far back as I can remember. And it's just something that gives me this like real nice feeling, I feel good when I'm painting. Like I feel like a kid.
Is there something to it that like, because you genuinely, everything's done for you, but this, like, it's art that's not for commercial, anything, consumption. Like it's genuinely something that you can make, that you can keep within your friend group, the people you care
And
about.
that's the other side of it too, you know what I mean? There's no pressure with it. And that's it also the reason why I was even saying earlier, I write raps and stuff, but the reason I do it is because there's no pressure. Like, people are not expecting me to be great at rapping, you know what I mean? So it's something that I can just do and have it for myself. Like,
have you heard any of his raps?
That too, you know?
I don't think I've ever heard anything.
My name is Zayn. I'm here to stay.
Don't knock it. Don't stop.
Yeah,
don't put it in.
My name is Zayn. I'm here to say I ain't going anywhere, and I'm here to stay. I come from one direction. All directions, every direction.
Gives me a
hey. Some people might say I'm even insane in the membrane.
Wow, Ryan. How come you're not putting this out there?
It's for myself. It's for myself.
Especially if you're in a position like me where the stuff that you're doing is so, you know, put on a platform and people are reading into it and looking into it. It's nice to have something for yourself a little bit too. So maybe in the future, I'll do an art gallery or something, you know what I mean? When I'm older, but I'd like to like build like a whole repertoire of art for like 40 years.
That'd be cool to show. You don't have to sell it, just show.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not actually for sale, you know what I mean? But you can look at it.
That'd be cool.
That's cool.
That'd be insane.
I've never thought like, you know, to plan the careers of an artist today is different than it's ever been before, right? Like this, like, and I'm gonna go look at the Mona Lisa in 2 days. I'm excited, like down to go to the Louvre. That's sick. But like, when you think of art today, like what art is making waves, right? It's art that you see on a building that people then fight to tear apart. Like it is. Like, what does it mean to be a painter or a street artist or somebody who creates art with a bunch of different materials and textures and like it's so different. It's so different.
What's the question?
He's just blown away that Zayn. Like, no offense to Zayn, a lot of people paint. It's not. It's a very common hobby. It's insane, man. You got textures and colors and brushes and canvas and. Yeah, he paints. Like, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Zayn, but people do paint. It's common. It's especially if you're an artistic person. If you have that DNA, which Zayn is a creative person, he probably paints, draws, doodles, raps, sings, all the things that one who's creative might dabble in. You know, he probably writes poems too. I'm sure. I bet he has a poem or two he's written down somewhere.
You have a fucking gallery of a bunch of shit. Like, how many pieces do you make in a month? What is it like? Do you?
It depends. I can go pretty fast sometimes.
How much paint is you pumping out here? I want to be your manager. Let's talk numbers here. What do you got?
And sometimes it could take time. It depends what kind of style I'm doing, but sometimes I could do like 2-3 paintings in 2-3 days, like one a day. Like
wow.
Yeah.
But there's also something to like keeping it within a community, right? Like I can
because I paint with acrylic too, so it dries really fast. That's the good thing about it. You know what I mean? Like you can just.
Where do you paint?
Huh?
Where do you paint?
I have like a porch area outside my house. It's like just all glass windows.
You know, what'd be funny would be a montage of the number of times that Zayn goes, huh? after he gets asked a question. Yeah. The irony here is that, like, and I would like, I like Zayn's accent and I understand him, and I know there's people who are like, I can never understand what those Brits are saying. Like I can understand what he's saying.
Oh yeah, but
the irony is that Zach is sometimes hard to understand.
Yeah, I know. I think he might be slurring it a little bit though, a little bit slurred.
Yeah.
It's like an extension to the front of my house, and you can see all the trees and stuff.
That's cool.
A lot of natural sunlight in there. And I just love painting in there. It's really good.
Do you play music? Do you just
sometimes, but music can be a bit distracting to me if I need to focus and stuff. Like, I start singing and getting into the music. You know what I mean?
You really just zone out on the strokes.
Yeah, I like to just paint. Yeah,
that's sick.
Zone out of the strokes, man.
Zone out of the strokes.
It's really cool. It's just
I
like
enjoy
a very
it, man.
cool form of art.
Yeah, no, I never thought about it. It's cool. I just enjoy it. I love it.
When did you start? Do you remember like the first thing you ever like painted or drew?
Yeah, when I was like a kid, like every kid. I know he's probably asking when did you paint like serious hobby painting? Probably, but yeah, every kid got a paintbrush when they were a kid. But
God knows. I used to be obsessed with Casper as a kid.
Sick.
I used to draw him a lot. Like I used to draw Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Of course.
So I think that's like my earliest memory of
I love it. Casper the Friendly Ghost.
being like a perfect circle head and like trying to make it look like Casper, you know?
So, okay, that there is something to art, right? Like, and that's how you learn is by copying something that.
Of course, yeah, for sure. That's all art is, right? Not one idea is original at this point.
Does the same rule apply to music?
Of course it does.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. I think anybody that says it doesn't is completely bullshitting. You know what I mean? We're all inspired by other people.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing. Like we were talking about earlier, we're all living this human experience together.
Yeah, there's only so many ways to make a burger.
Yeah. Yeah.
But dude, you'll have. But hear me out, not like you, but
There's
the audience,
better
hear me out. That's right. You might go to that place for a burger, that place for a burger, but at the end of the day, you know what you're getting into: pies, burgers, pizza, hot dogs, you name it. Every food. There's only so many food. There's almost like whatever. Or same with romance novels, mystery novels. There's only so many ways that really. Who's the killer? Like,
Right.
We all. There's templates out there, but what's your spin on the mystery thriller? What's the spin on the burger? And what's Zayn's spin on R&B or folk music? But that's why it's like, I think I've heard this before. Yeah, because there's only so many genres of music, and eventually they're just going to start overlapping. But what's his spin?
Yeah.
And I'm glad he says anyone that says different, they're BS. Like, you're not creating new sounds. I've never heard that sound before. Well, of course you've heard the drum, the bass, the guitar, blah blah blah.
We all see things from other people that we can take for ourselves and, you know, mold it and make our version of it. And that's all art is. Like, that's why there's no right and wrong. It's your perspective and it's your story.
You got to listen to Under the Stairs. It's waiting for you on Amazon Music. There's a real room under the stairs?
Yeah, there's a real room under the stairs. Yeah.
Didn't you already ask that?
Cool.
Yes,
Cool.
he did.
I mean, like when you sell the house one day, you'll be like, yeah.
He's already asked that. He's forgotten. It's okay. It's a long interview.
Yeah.
It was an hour ago. That was really a little bit more sober mind. Yeah, but I think now the drugs are kind of calming. He's getting relaxed. He's starting to doze off a little bit, I think.
Yeah. This was the room.
The real estate agent's
I'm
going to
not
jump
selling
all
the
over
house.
it.
Yeah. If you want to know, I'm never going to sell the house. That's going to be part of my existence forever.
It's going to be a museum to you one day or something.
Hopefully, yeah. I'm going to put like a clause in there so they can't sell it. Like, and if they do, all the money has to go to charity, so nobody will sell it.
Because nobody gets to do anything good for anybody.
It'll be no, we're not selling it because we want the money. We're only selling the house because we want the money.
But think about it, like how weird is that? Like, 100 years from now, people are going to...
I'm putting in my will. You're not allowed to sell this house.
Dude, but imagine 100 years from now, people are going to Bumblefuck, Pennsylvania to go and see your art, view it.
He just revealed where he lives. I'm Googling that right now.
While your music is playing, you add tourism to the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd do that though. I don't know if I'd open my house up like that.
No, not okay. It's just like you, Hershey Park, Dorney Park.
Yeah.
Like, why else would anyone go to Pennsylvania?
That's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, it would be fun. Yeah. I don't know if I'd do it though. I've thought about it. You know what I mean? Like Elvis did it, Prince did it,
right?
Bob
It
did
is a
it.
common thing.
Like the big icons all seem to do it, but I don't know if I'm about that, to be honest.
I mean, it's 100 years from now.
Yeah,
where are you at?
And look, I'll be dead, so who gives a shit about what
Back
my
in your
opinion
plans,
is?
though, to be honest,
Yeah, like nobody's gonna care, but me now alive, like I don't know how I feel about it. It's weird for me.
I mean, your energy will travel, be amongst your plants, be amongst your farm.
They can just feel it around the house.
Are you gonna add animals to this thing, or what's the deal?
I've got a few animals now.
Oh, you got?
I've got chickens, turtles.
Of course.
Yeah, we knew that.
Nothing like crazy farm, not like I don't have like horses or pigs or sheep. Yeah,
I hear llamas are very common. They actually they keep.
A lot of people have llamas in Pennsylvania.
Well, because they keep the coyotes away.
They make a sound.
That's it.
Yeah, they alert all the other animals.
I didn't know that.
To see like a predator.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, plants are wild to me. Animals are wild. Like, I have this whole new appreciation.
This guy must have his brain must just explode when he goes outside. Plants,
wild
animals. Someone's walking their dog. Ah! He is so high right now. Plants are crazy. Plants crazy.
Yeah, they grow.
They grow.
Isn't
Yeah.
it crazy that they grow?
They die and they grow and they come back in the season, you know?
Appreciation for things.
Yeah.
Like I've been fostering puppies, like just
Okay.
trying to save as many puppies as I can.
Sick.
And I've been just like deeply analyzing the way dogs communicate with one another. It's crazy.
It is.
Roof.
Yeah, they have a whole thing going on.
Fuck, man, totally. And they probably like these things have been communicating in a way that like humans can't even begin to comprehend.
Yeah,
Really.
no.
Oh, look, here's the funny. Listen. Zach's saying humans can't comprehend how dogs are communicating. Guess what? Dogs really can't comprehend how we communicate.
Yeah.
So I think we
dogs
have
don't
one
care.
up on the dog. Yeah, they don't care either. Can you imagine your dog sitting there? How do my human owners communicate with each other? I wonder how that's done. Treat. Go for a walk. I gotta be careful. My dog might hear that. She hears
Yeah.
walk. Yeah.
Mine does too. I think she's already.
This is this instinctual like feeling of presence that they have, you know, and they just love to be in the moment and live in the moment. And it's about the idea that we were talking about earlier. You said, what is love? An animal is love.
Baby, don't hurt me.
There you go.
Unconditional, unwavering
Yeah, that's
love.
love. You know what I mean?
And there, to your point, is like
And just the way they look at you, like
it's crazy.
you know what I mean? They can't even speak a word, but just the connection, eyes to eyes, is a deep thing.
but their instinct, like the way they can
And that's why I
sense
think
energy.
kids have it even more so with animals, you know what I mean? Because they're closer to that instinctual, like habitual behavior that we kind of forget as we become adults, you know what I mean? Like, we forget to live in the moment and be happy and love in the moment.
We've lost all our live
You get
viewers.
desensitized to a bunch of stuff.
For sure. And like I see my cats and like my dogs, the way they are with Kai, like they just love her. Like they're just drawn to her energy, you know? Because she must just give off this feeling of like just pure love. Like, and they just love it.
And they'll protect her.
And they can see it too, I think. It's
totally.
real- yeah, it's a deep thing.
Dude, every sense. See it, smell it, feel it.
Yeah.
And the instinct, though, it's crazy. Like my dogs will predict something, like not predict, they know something's about to happen.
Yeah, I asked my dog, who's going to win the Super Bowl?
Could be seconds before they like something comes or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, they feel all kinds of different things that we don't feel in it, vibrations, but also their hearing is so much
Nice.
more heightened than ours, so they can.
Welcome to the National Geographic discussion. Really? Dogs' hearings are...
You know what would be awesome is to throw underneath this is like almost like scenes from, like, you know how like David Attenborough does like the nature series. To have these two like saying it's crazy how they can communicate. Have them narrated.
I'm an animal lover. I love animals. I love my dog, but humans still kick their ass. Dogs are doing a podcast talking about humans. You know, like we do have a little bit up on the animal kingdom. Like humans are pretty unique this way. Like
yes,
a dog doesn't open up its own dog food. You know what I mean? Like we're doing a lot for these dogs. So as cool as they are, and I love my dog. You know, it's not going to work for me. I have to go to work for the dog.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to like poo-poo that. Like I'm far more fascinated by the actual animal kingdom, not the domesticated animal kingdom.
Sure, of course, yeah, I get you.
Because I find that there's just so much.
That's wild, man. The actual wild, the actual animal kingdom. They're out there doing that. They know where to build their nests, man. Like they.
I think it's 10 minutes before we do.
Animals are beautiful.
They're amazing.
Really. Listen to Under the Stairs. I really appreciate you, man. I really like
You too.
That was.
Listen under this. It's room under the stairs, but listen to Under the Stairs. There's a room somewhere, I think, too. I'm not sure where it is.
This is a special conversation.
I've enjoyed it. It's been amazing.
Me too. Thank you for doing this. Like,
No
I
worries.
really,
Thanks for having me. I've always enjoyed talking to you on the phone, and I was like, we need to do this in person.
we've had some really good phone interviews.
Mm-hmm.
They're deep.
Well, we should have heard of that. We should have.
For what they are, what, like, you know what I mean? A few
Yeah.
minutes on the phone.
Yeah. We've always seemed to have a good conversation.
It always hits. And you know what? I was when I would interview you when you were in the band, when I worked at Nickelodeon, I always tried to inject like the same level of questions that we have today. It was just like never twofold, right? Like the
One, I was high on marijuana. Nickelodeon wouldn't let me do that.
executives who are my bosses, like they just want me to stick to their fucking corny ass script.
Yeah.
Right. And then the other thing is like the artists, in this case, like you guys, nobody's like prepared for it because they're so used to like the same old puddle depth shit. So I really appreciated every second you've ever given me throughout the many moons of doing this.
These are shallow questions. They're not deep. I get it.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah.
how many years has it been? 13, 12?
Yeah, 13 years. Yeah, 13 years.
Crazy, right?
Started at 17, yeah. So actually 14 years. I'm 31.
How crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been doing my show for 17 years.
That's mad.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Does it make you feel old?
100%.
Yeah.
Do you feel old?
I do, yeah. When I think about I've been doing this for 14 years and I feel real old, yeah.
There's beauty in
And
that.
I'm not old. I
No.
just feel old because it's just way too long to have been doing this at 31. You know what I mean? Like,
I do like, there is something to doing the same thing for so long, right? The idea of logging thousands upon thousands upon thousands of hours.
Mm-hmm.
And like you can reach a point of like subconscious or unconscious competence where you can really like you learn and you figure out and you
they
tackle
say it's
things.
10,000 hours, right? To reach
Yeah.
master level. At
You're way
something.
past that.
Yeah, I don't know how many hours I've put in doing
30.
music now. It must be 30,000 hours.
Has to
40,000.
be.
Don't know. We'll have to do the math. We might be really wrong.
I'll put on my visor and grab the calculator and
We'll
I'll
have to
work
figure
something
it out.
out.
Yeah.
No, but when you think of that, it is crazy. But also, you have to keep challenging yourself.
How many hours have we done on our channel? That's probably why we suck. I don't think we've logged 10,000 hours yet. We'll get there.
Hey, we have like 2,500 videos. So
Not quite 25, but yeah, I think it's 21 or 22. But let's say even if it's an hour each, which they're not. Yeah, we have a lot more to go before we become good at what we're doing here. So we'll get there.
Yourself to stay interested and connected, and also to match the stage you're at in your life, right? Like the music you made and the sonics that we're hearing, the sounds and the musicianship, that it's all there because the story is needed. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
the sonics and the
You
sound.
needed this R&B folk sound to tell this story.
Exactly. I needed that pocket. I needed that space in order to create what I create.
You almost could say you needed that room under the stairs. End it there.
Created, I didn't feel like even the genre of music I was doing before lent itself to allow me to be that deep, and actually tell my story.
But does confidence fuel that decision to take that leap?
I think so, yeah. But also just like the rush of the fear, like this is something that's different. It's not something that people expect. And I'd like to see what they think of it, that also.
The
Yeah.
rush of the fear.
Yeah.
Damn.
The fear drives us all, right?
So true. It's so true. Listen Under the Stairs. Please listen. It's all on Amazon Music.
Listen to Under the Stairs. I think we reacted to the wrong album. We listened to The Room Under the Stairs, not Under the Stairs. But maybe that's the director's cut version or whatever.
That's why Zayn's laughing.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
This was really a lot of fun. Enjoyed every second.
Me too. I loved it. It was wicked.
Well, peace and love. Zayn, everybody.
We done, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, wicked.
Cool. Sick.
Yay.
Well, here's my final thoughts. I'll
Yeah,
say this.
please.
I do appreciate the fact that we got to hear this side of Zayn a little bit more, well, far more introspectively than the other one, the Call Me Daddy one.
Oh,
This just felt like,
yeah,
we got a little bit of his philosophy.
mm-hmm.
We got quite a bit of perspective on where he sits with, who he is and what he wants to do with his life. Yeah, I mean, despite the fact that Zach was just getting higher and higher as it went along, it still was a really solid interview, right? It confirmed a lot of things for me anyway that I thought about Zayn, but it also like gives me an understanding of who he really is as a person, and that makes me appreciate him more. So, a mission accomplished.
Totally agree. I mean, obviously, we gave our comments throughout. We want to thank Ruby, who gave us this pledge. If you want to be like Ruby and give us something to react to, be sure to click on the link in the description of this video below, and we will talk to you how we can make that happen. We'll take, obviously, all sorts of requests. As you can see, we do interviews, we do movies, we do, of course, music videos is the majority of our channel. So everyone thank Ruby for this wonderful journey. And Nathan?
Yeah, thanks, Ruby. And we'll see you on the next one.